Wake up, gamers, because you're listening to the Big Think Dimension with Dan and Bob Video Games.
On the Queen!
Oh, no! KZ Excellent.
Nice on!
And Mr. Feel.
I'm Doorface.
Here on GigaBoots.
So I've been thinking about Harry Potter.
Okay.
Oh, that's bad. Don't do that. we watched those movies, the first three of them.
Yeah, we watched the first three, yeah.
I've never seen past the first movie, and I've never read all the way through Goblet of Fire.
Okay.
I'm starting to wonder, are Dementors, are they sentient, or are they like wild animals?
I'm pretty sure they're trained sentient animals.
Okay.
Like,
because they don't seem like, can they actually report on what's happened, or do they just kill?
No, they can't articulate with words.
They're horrible fucking demonic beings.
Yeah.
That seems insane.
Yeah, no shit. That is the single most insane thing in any of the movies we've watched so far.
I like the mouth hole.
Yeah, if you shoplift in the Harry Potter universe, they send you to a jail where your guards eat joy.
Yeah, that's questionable.
Yeah, it seems weird.
That seems a bit harsh. But yeah, we watched those first three Harry Potter films. It was really funny watching the first two just be a weird shambling excuse for a movie, and then the third one's a fucking film.
Yeah, the first two really have a lot of energy. If I took some scenes from the book, they're here.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. This dude got together with his friends. They got some cosplayers. They got a little bit of money from Kickstarter, and they made a fan film. Then you get to the third one, it's like, a person who makes movies made this one?
I mean, budget-wise, the first two are fine. Like, there's a lot of
bad CG that costs a lot of money.
Yes, a lot of bad CG.
Yeah,
a lot of money.
back when the third one first came out, there was like a big push from Harry Potter fans saying it was bad because like it didn't have the bad CG, and I think they changed from having them all wear the robe costumes to normal clothes sometimes.
Yes, it's true. That third one does really stand out as
a film.
They're wearing normal clothes for when the film was made.
I didn't even notice because it was so, like, for some reason in the first two movies, I guess it registers, yeah, they're children. They're wearing these children clothing, they're wizard robes.
That's the most insane thing I've heard anyone say about children since I pointed out to Eric that Ness sounds really weird when he goes, okay. And he's like, that's how kids sound. And I'm like, Eric, are you just deeply familiar with children with black lung? Like,
it's more of like the Harry Potter universe. They make all the kids wear these like muumuus. Like, that was my thought.
Sure. Why not? That universe is stupid enough.
Right? I was also highly disappointed to see the magical sword that Harry pulls out of the hat.
At the end of second one, right?
Yeah, Chamber of Secrets.
Oh god, the Sword of Gryffindor.
Was really lame.
Yeah.
That did not, like, having just read that, I thought the sword would be very cool. I didn't expect it to look like they picked it up at Party City.
Oh yeah, it was pretty funny.
To stress, having only read that, not having just as in recent.
Yes, not just. I read it back when it released, basically.
When Bob was babby.
This looks really bad.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got this sword at a Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, no, we kept saying he brought the sword from Party City, so when it didn't work that well on the Beast, I'm like, guys, he's trying, but it's not a real sword. But yeah, watching those three movies sure was an experience. You go through the first two movies, which, as Bob said, I've selected these scenes from the book and filmed them. And then you get to the third movie, and it's like, hey, I'm a movie. Are you ready for themes, metaphors, transitions? Because the first two really don't even transition all that often. They just hard cut between scenes. It's real weird. Those first two are real rough as far as movies go. What's up?
Yeah, there's a lot of things in those first two movies, man.
That first movie.
Why
are we here?
I need to watch the Hobbit adaptations, and I need to watch the Narnia adaptations because I've never watched either of those to be able to compare all these book adaptations.
Yeah, you got to see the other ones like The Insurgent or whatever.
Oh my God! Wait, did they make more than one Narnia adaptation?
Yes.
Yeah, they made 3.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I just forgot. Man, that's weird.
I mean, they stopped after 3 because 3 didn't do very good.
Yeah.
I am wondering when Disney's just gonna be like, we're gonna bring it back, because of course they own that now.
Again. Yeah, they own most things, so that checks out. But yeah, there was this transition so jarring in the second movie, because we had just been from the first. It was pretty bad there, but there was one so jarring in the second movie. They're talking to one of the bank elves or whatever, and and then they finish the sentence, and then it cuts to them on a minecart ride.
Yeah,
That was in the first movie.
Was that the
Yeah,
first?
Yeah, that was the first one.
Okay, it was
That's
the first.
Yeah, that sounds like the Gringotts thing when they're on the
Yes.
minecart.
So,
Gringotts.
So it just cuts to them on the minecarts. They finish what they're saying, and the scene still holds. So then I just start going in the middle of us watching it. I'm like, Hagrid, how did we get here? And Hagrid's like, well, we were in that last scene. It ended, and now we're here. Because it's just there was no transition at all. It was so fucking jarring.
That's why when we watched the third movie, you were just so shocked. You're like, transitions, movie things.
Because it's not even just a visual transition. The script has transitions. Each scene leads into each other in a way that just is completely different from the first two fucking movies. KZ's looking up the director. What did he end up doing?
Gravity.
So yeah, the director of the third one did Gravity. The director of the first two, who even knows?
Chris Columbus.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, but yeah, he went on to do some films that went up for Oscars.
Oh, Chris Columbus did?
No, the other guy.
Okay, I was going to say, of course, that guy did. He can make a movie.
Now I'm gonna look up Chris Columbus and find out what he did.
Well, while you do that,
he was actually, he looks like he directed. Oh, he's directing the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Oh my god.
oh my god,
He directed Pixels.
no!
He directed Pixels.
He directed. Oh my
He's
god!
executive producer on Scoob.
So this man's a criminal. Gotcha.
Directed Pixels.
Jesus.
directed
Christ.
Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Lightning Thief.
So he's
my
just.
God.
He's just the biggest hack. How does he keep getting work?
He directed Rent.
Oh, he directed Home Alone 2. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
He directed Home Alone. That's also a good movie.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay, so there you
he
go.
dir-
His work in
he
the
directed
90s has carried him to this day.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
He
'cause
directed
both-
Bicentennial Man,
both
which I
Home
like a
Alones.
lot.
Okay, all right. Huh. But yeah, we got
And
five.
I think he just got to the level where all I have to do is be a producer and make money. I don't have to actually work.
Dan.
What's up?
He's writer on Little Nemo Adventures in Slumberland.
That doesn't mean anything because that thing had a mess of a crew for writers.
I don't know. I just saw that. I'm like, God.
Fucking, they had some famous novelist, I think, be a writer on that, so it really doesn't matter.
Oh God, he was executive producer of Monkey Bone.
What the fuck's Monkey Bone?
How do you, of all people, not know what Monkey Bone is, Casey?
Monkey Bone is a Brendan Fraser movie where where he's like a cartoonist who makes a comic called Monkey Bone, which is like a wacky monkey demon guy, and he gets put into a coma and goes to like the realm between life and death, and Monkey Bone possesses his body and turns him into the spoony one.
I don't know why you assumed I would know about Monkey Bone.
It's a very
Because
Casey
it's really
core
cursed,
movie.
and I'm just gonna post the poster for Monkey Bone, and I think you'll understand, Casey, why Dan would think that you know anything about this movie.
God, I've never known the
never-
name to this.
I have never seen anything about this. You're right. That is the spoony one. That's crazy. And Doug's teeth on that monkey.
Jesus Christ. I remembered who the famous person who worked on the story was. They credit him as story. They don't credit him under screenplay or anything else. It's that famous French comic artist Mobius. So the person who inspired Panzer Dragoon with his comics and other stuff. Person like
Nice.
crazy talented, but the Little Nemo movie script is an actual mess. Like they described the screenwriting process as what are you writing? Well, the artists send us stuff and then we write scenes for it. And then they ask their artists, hey, what are you guys doing? Well, we're drawing things the writers send us. Can't believe that movie was in development hell for like 12 years. Anyway, none of this is video games, but we got 5 more Harry Potter movies to fucking go. So expect another update at some point.
Hell yeah.
5?
Yeah. The 7th one was put into 2 parts.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought
And then you got to watch.
Oh my God.
And you got to watch the Fantastic Beasts movies, the 47 of them they're making.
1, no, they aren't. And 2, I've already seen 1, and Jesus Christ, that's a shambling mess even compared to the first 2 Harry Potter
But that's
movies.
the good one.
No, it isn't. It might be the better one, but it is not the good one.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm pretty sure they already finished production on the third one.
It got delayed a bunch, but they're talking up it's going to be the coolest and most impressive magic war you've ever seen.
They're adding new people now, so I guess it isn't through production.
How the fuck are they going to beat wizards?
I don't know, man.
There's no fucking chance, man. Anyway, we should probably talk about what we've been playing. Bob and I played Mario Golf on the Switch, Mario Golf on the Game Boy Color, and of course, Neo Turf Masters.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about it. Hey, Bob.
Hey.
Mario Golf on the Switch, that RPG mode has an unbelievable amount of text that is fodder, I would say. None of it's especially compelling or funny. It's not like a Paper Mario.
Yeah, they try and build the characters around the three people you're with, but it doesn't feel like it's ever fleshed out enough to be interesting or fun.
And all the people on the golf course campus.
Yeah.
Just like this Babam has things to say. This Toad is a different Toad from the other Toad, and all the Toads have different personalities. It's a lot of text, and it's not very good, and that's not my problem with it, sadly.
Yeah.
Okay. Phil, have you played the new Mario Golf at all?
No.
Okay, so you're someone completely fresh, so if I say something that you need explaining, feel free to ask, okay?
Sure.
So in this Mario Golf, they added a speed golf mode in the other modes, which is really cool. You putt as fast as you can, you take as many strokes as you can, and the whole goal is to finish first. Everyone's golfing at the same time. It's very cool. The weird thing is they made the tournaments in the normal RPG mode, at least for the first place, they made it into that, but the speed doesn't matter. So say you finish before the other three people in your party. You have to wait for them to finish putting. You have to run to the ball every time you hit it for 18 holes. So not only are you running to the ball, 4 times per hole, 5 times per hole, 18 holes in a row, but you're also having to watch as Birdo finishes golfing.
That seems really, really bad.
It took that tournament took 4 times as long as it should have because of that.
Yes.
It was such a huge time investment. It was like, this is sad. How can it get worse than this? And someone in chat goes, just wait till the next place.
This guarantees I do not buy this game. So
it's a real shame because I've been waiting for them to bring back the RPG mode, because the RPG mode in the Game Boy Color one's really, really good. The Game Boy Advance one I need to play. I need to give it a chance, like really give it a chance. But it just always bummed me out that the console Mario Golfs didn't have this RPG mode. They finally put it in, and then they critically cripple it by making you have to walk to your ball every time you hit it and also wait for the 3 other AIs to finish putting every single hole. And it's like, guys, this is an 18-hole tournament. I don't need to watch as Birdo putts. I really don't need that in my life.
Yo, Birdo, though.
Also, all this character writing's really bad.
You should definitely play Golf Story.
I should.
I remember laughing at that.
That's good. I would like to laugh while having to read text in a golf RPG.
No, this is for serious. It's golf RPG, Dan.
Oh, is this one's for serious?
Yes.
Oh man, could have tricked me. It seemed like it was trying to be funny, but just not doing a great job. Anyway, yeah, that's a real disappointment. I definitely need to try Golf Story. The Game Boy Color Mario Golf is really good. Of course, it's a Game Boy Color game, so it's really old. But it's very Camelot core.
Yeah, it is.
You get to see your characters resize rapidly when they want to express and emote. It's pretty good. Also, it's an RPG, so different things you do could get you experience to level up your stats. And instead of putting my points into anything other than power, nope, just min-maxing power so that way I can hit it further than Mario. Because I'm not taking that shit. That's bullshit. That motherfucker can hit it further than me. But yeah, anyways, that's my only thoughts on the Mario Golf. Bob, you said we may have ruined Mario Golf by playing Neo Turf Masters right before it came out.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I feel like this Mario Golf also just feels weaker than any other Mario Golf, which is really sad.
I guess they didn't do a Wii U Mario Golf.
Yeah, they skipped
They only did that tennis game on the Wii U. That was really disappointing. Okay, right at the end of me saying that, what was it, Grubhub? KZ? DoorDash showed up with our drinks. They forgot our drinks. The curse has already affected KZ's orders. The Niceville curse. They arrived with drinks. KZ got a large Mountain Dew Sweet Lightning because he's never tried it. I got a half-gallon pouch of Mountain Dew Sweet Lightning.
Yeah, they said it was like the I can pull it up here. Half-gallon beverage bucket from KFC.
God.
We saw that there, and I'm like, that's funny. You're like, get me that.
I'm gonna need you to order that.
And it,
Thing looks insane, Dan.
it's like when fucking Phil got the fucking fry bucket from McDonald's.
It was a nugget.
Yeah.
It was a nugget bucket with the fry basket. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like this is more ridiculous than those because this packaging,
Oh boy,
like nothing I've seen.
I almost blacked out when you showed it to me.
Yeah, I need to fucking show 1 second. 1 second, Phil. Let me.
I know what the half-gallon beverage bucket looks like.
It looks a little different in person. There's a scale to it that I just did not anticipate that made me started losing it once it arrived. Where I'm just like, here, let me just take the top off of it and pour it in my gullet.
Yeah.
Just look at him look at you.
Is it cold?
It actually is cold.
Okay.
Part of me was like, why didn't they put ice in it?
Yo, we can reuse that, man.
It has a different design than I remember, actually.
I'm gonna bring this to the Tom Thumb. Be like, I want to fill this.
I don't know. It feels like something about it looks more like medical than you would expect.
I know that's what's killing me.
Right?
Yeah, this is what it used to look like.
I expect
What?
this shit to be full of iodine, not a fucking tasty beverage. What did it?
Instead, it looks like an IV drip.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I'm like, please, I'm dying. Give me that sweet, sweet lightning.
I'm gonna try and pour this and get it all over his desk.
No, it's fine. I'm not gonna ruin anything at all, Bob. You shut up. This is gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm just pouring carefully.
God.
Here we go.
Scared.
I just have one in a normal cup.
Yeah, have you tried it yet?
Wow. Yeah, that's got like a peach or something in it.
Yeah, it's like supposed to be peach honey. This is quite honestly the sweetest fucking soda I've ever tried. I love it.
It's like, yeah, damn.
Damn, bitch.
Hey, she ain't lying. That ass can fart.
When will KZ stop saying this? I'm gonna go back to people who get tricked via Twitter memes into getting into fetishes.
Oh no.
Just gonna point that out again and move on. Mm-hmm. I got my sweet lightning. I'm all set.
Yeah.
I don't have any other games.
You know, anything we say about sexy things on content or off content is the same. Like Phil saying, if someone's cool, you want to fuck them. 100% of the time.
I'm trying to remember the exact thing.
There's a little bit more nuance.
There's a little bit.
Jesus.
Tony Hawk.
Look,
I need to.
Yeah,
fuck
just like
you.
Scar.
My stance is that I can't remember anything I said more than 6 weeks ago, and if you can, that's your problem.
Jesus. I don't think I really played any video games in that gap. I've been busy dealing with everything in my life burning down. Hey, Bob, what have you been up to? Same thing.
I did play a game that we will be doing content on that we hit a stream goal for to prepare.
You've been training for the Ninja Theory Week.
Yes.
Oh god.
I don't think people remember how bad that version of Devil May Cry is. Sorry,
I never
DMC
played it.
the Devil May Cry
Thank
on
you.
PS3.
Yeah, I remember it. But
Yeah.
no, everyone who liked it was too young to have taste. Like, there was a dude who's very vehement that game is actually really good combat-wise and very well developed. I'm like, no, I think you just like this edgelord story. I'm sorry. This is not. It runs at 20 frames per second, maybe.
Yeah, it's really rough.
It's unbelievably rough. The fact Capcom published it's nuts.
Luckily, all you have to do is use drive over and over again. And that is enough to get through the game.
You know, if you engage in combat, I have a feeling that game's so broken, Bob may be able to just fly over levels. Who knows? I don't.
Yeah, there's you can do some of that, but it just hard freezes the game. So I need to
Bob's like, I would, but it kills itself in self-defense.
Yeah, no, it's rough. I've been getting good at that.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Sounds like you've had a fun week.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob.
What's up?
You and me tried to play something independently.
That's
we
true.
did.
And then ran into our stupid brains.
look, they show off Arcade again during that Sony days of play, state of play, whatever it's called.
Sure.
They say early access. Both me and KZ assumed it was a free beta we could play.
And we both independently went and said, I'm going to try it for the podcast. Meanwhile, Dan's like, these idiots.
See, at first Bob says it. Bob's like, I'll try that in time for next big thing. And I'm like, damn, this is unlike Bob. He's dropping money sight unseen on a game he hasn't remotely like heard feedback from anyone on or anything. Then KZ says it. I'm like, do they think it's free?
And then we both independently find $20.
Yeah, $20 for this game I have no reason to believe will still operate in 6 months.
This was Illfonic, is that right? They made this game?
I don't know.
And I don't know. I was just going to try it for free.
Yeah, I was going to try it for free. Their game that probably has tons and tons of microtransactions, it should be free.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Yeah, I can't remember who's making this.
It's Illfonic.
Okay, Illfonic, if I remember correctly, is the Predator game on PS4, people.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, it is. That 55 at Metacritic.
Hey,
They
man.
also made Friday the 13th the game,
Oh, that's true.
which has a similar Metacritic.
Yeah, at least Illfonic got that next-gen update to run their game at not less than 30 frames per second.
Oh, they supported the development of Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric
Oh,
and
yeah.
Star Citizen.
Cool guys.
Yeah.
They have a canceled game called Ghetto Golf.
Okay, I don't want to think about that anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, did you play anything else?
I played more Scarlet Next, but I will not talk about it.
Okay.
Because it is pure spoilers at this point.
Yes, it is. I had a conversation with Bob. It was a lot of fun. I look forward to having future conversations.
Yes.
It will come up in Game of the Year conversations for certain categories.
Yes, look forward to Game of the Year.
I am looking forward to Game of the Year. Hot damn.
I guess I better get through it because I gotta admit, like your discussion last week, maybe I'll just wait until I have literally nothing else to do before I go back to Scarlet Nexus.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I could play 307 hours of Neo Turf Masters.
Right.
I really got to get the Neo Geo working on the mystery.
Yeah.
So I can play League Bowling.
I still haven't tried that out. I really need to. It's probably good. Damn it. Damn it.
I just remember the face the guy makes when you get a spare.
Oh, good. It also
Which
has
I put.
good
What?
faces. One moment. Let me look
Oh
at
my
this.
god, I did not
Oh
expect
my
this
God.
style at all.
That's really good.
I think that's a pretty accurate representation of how you feel when you get a spare in bowling.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've seen Eric make that face.
When we go bowling, we got to put on the bumper things.
Nope. Sorry.
Oh damn! I'm gonna get an 11 again.
It's the only way you're going to learn.
Oh, okay. Stop hitting me.
No. Hey, Bob, did you play anything else?
No, not really.
Okay. Hey, KZ.
Hi.
What you been playing?
First game I played, worth speaking about, is The Bouncer.
That's true.
Coming back to it again. Last time I played it was in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I know how that game works, it's very easy to get through it.
Now that he has a controller that works.
No, I had one that worked at the time,
Oh, okay.
but they'd long disappeared from the world.
Oh.
But now that I know how that game works, it's a lot easier to get through. I streamed through all of it. Took about 6 hours. Going through all 3 characters.
Mm-hmm.
It's really great when you just find one button that's perfect. Like you play as Volt, and it's like, here's a move where he just jumps on his stomach.
Yeah, his weird belly flop thing.
Yeah, and I used that, and it killed 4 dudes at the same time.
Yep, it's really good at that because if they ragdoll into each other, they do damage to each other, so you can line them all up to get killed. He got a 4 times kill. You know what that does for your experience in that game?
It shoots it up.
This dude was so rich, he was afraid to spend. He was like, I might get bouncer ranked too high.
Yeah, and then the enemies will get harder.
Yep, don't want that.
Yeah. I liked it because you were on stream. You were just, sitting next to me, and I did something, and you would start clapping, and then I'm like, he's my little league dad. as I'm doing like really well. And yeah, I finished that. There's not too much to say about it. It's one of the best things I played this week.
It really is.
I'm going to talk now about the most important game I played this week. I'm going to talk about Balan Wonderworld, a game everyone tapped out at the demo. They didn't dig deep enough. I did it. I dug in. I saw everything. Over the course of 12 hours,
Jesus.
I went in and played Balan Wonderworld. Now, this game's got a lot of stuff I would expect from a full fat 3D platformer. You got your story set up. A bunch of people are trapped inside this theater because they experienced some form of trauma. And you'll see them throughout each of the 2-act levels you have. And then you fight a boss version of them and see a cool cutscene that says, like, what happened to them. And then you're going around the levels, picking up jiggies or their equivalent, which are Balan statues. You get powers. There's specific ones per level. All this feels like it meshes really good together. This is the worst 3D platformer I've played in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
like I can't think of a single thing that even approaches it.
First up, the funniest part of the game is the trauma stuff they do, because Yuji Naka, as he described it, wanted to make a story with no words.
Oh,
Now, and they had Visual Works, Square's big CG company, make a lot of these things. Like, there's a cutscene every single time you beat Act 2 because you're immediately transitioning to a boss. This is where they show you why this person has this problem. First level, it's a farmer, and they call it the Farmer Rages Against the Storm. He likes corn, like, a lot, and he's farming, but then a tornado comes and fucks everything up, and it makes him sad. And then he turns into a wolf, because there are wolf power-ups in that level. And instead of making the bosses be based upon the trauma, it's based upon the powers in the area.
what?
Which makes even less sense when you find out the extended lore in the fucking book.
Yeah, which a lot of that was read out. Like that one, relatively normal. It's a dude depressed that he lost his stuff. The second one, you see it's about a diver and like a dolphin. And you're like, that's weird. Whatever. And then they play out the cutscene and she's swimming with a dolphin. The dolphin like shoulder checks her and she almost drowns. And then its eyes turn red. And then it cuts to her in a hospital bed crying.
What?
Thinking that some evil demon dolphin tried to fuck with her. It turns out the dolphin just did by accident.
Oh, okay.
And then there's that. There's an old man who like feels like he doesn't exist because people ignore him and like push past him while he's trying to clean up litter.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like that's relatively normal. There's one where there's a clown that's afraid to propose to the princess of a theme park that he works at. And then we reach the ones that make this game insane, where they go to the Balan Theater whenever the trauma happens. And I'm like, okay, an event happens and eventually they kind of drift there like a Silent Hill-esque thing. No, this shit's frame one.
Yes.
So there's one about something happens to a girl and a cat, and you're like, what is it? They show the cutscene. The cat gets hit by a car, and it's like, oh, that sucks. That's really unfortunate. And the way they do no words is they smash cut a lot of these things, where it's like everything's happy. Then within 2 frames, they just cut to like there was one where like a girl's parents died or something like that, and it smash cuts to coffins. And you're like, what the fuck just happened? That happens with a cat getting hit by a car. Then you fight the girl who turns into a monster cat because this game's insane. You finish it and come to find out the cat was never hit by a car. But she felt that trauma for 2 seconds and it transported her into that theater.
Fucking frame one, infinite reversal into the mind prison.
And the exact same thing happens with a firefighter who thinks that he's a really hard hero guy. But then when he's in a burning building to save a kid, you're like, oh shit, maybe I'm not so tough, I don't know what to do. He's transported in, because the conclusion of beating his boss, he gets the courage to go and save the child. So it's like these frame one transports that happen. Also some stuff with the book where it's like this little girl with her cat goes on to work at a theme park in her 20s and is what the clown in another level wants to propose to. But in the book, they're like, they became friends when she was 10 after this experience. And I'm like, oh no. You seriously did not write grooming into this, did you?
Hey, if it was fine for the Fantastic Four, it's fine now.
I'm sure the clown was also like very young, right? Like 10 or 12.
If it's fine for the Fantastic Four when Reed Richards meets his future wife when he's 19 and she's 7, it's fine.
Yeah, this was really, really aggressive.
This was really.
It was rough. You're going through these levels, and like you may have seen from the demo, you have powers. They're in little crystals. You have to get a key to open them. The key is almost always right next to it, except other times to be a pain in the ass. I don't know why there's a key. I don't understand it.
To slow you down even slightly.
Yeah. Yes, this is the slowest platformer I've ever played. The walk cycle, everything still feels terrible. So many of the powers are doubles, which you would expect because there's 80 of them.
When they announced 80 powers, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. And it's funny because they're like, I thought it was crazy when we were said to do that. I didn't think we could do that many, but we pulled it off. And I'm like, yeah, because so many of them are the exact same thing. It's only slightly better sometimes. That on its own is really bad. You'll play something like, say like a Banjo-Kazooie or something, where you'll go to one end of the level to the other. And as you're going through, you'll find your collectible. You'll see a Jiggy in the distance. You'll see some sort of objective that'll lead you into it. Multiple times I beat a stage and got none. I didn't see one anywhere. Because sometimes they put them above the geometry or around it in such a way that it feels like you're breaking the game's boundaries just finding them. Like they put no thought into any of them.
This to me reeks of they ran out of time, because another game that does this exact fucking thing, sort of, is Sonic 06, where it's like, this game's broken and you can just fly to these areas you're not supposed to get to. We're going to put medals there because we don't have the time to prevent you from being able to get to them.
Yeah. So there's a level where you go to like it's a painter. So the level design is based upon like staircases that are upside down or going side to side.
It's an MC Escher thing.
Yeah. It's like an Escher thing.
Yeah.
I came in with what is easily the best power in the game, the Snow Fairy one, where if you hold jump, it creates snowflakes to allow you to basically jump 5 times in a row. But it goes progressively up.
Yes, and the jumps are like, imagine someone skipping across a parking lot full of puddles.
Yes.
And they're trying to touch it as little as possible so they don't make giant splashes and get their legs wet, right?
Yeah.
And each time you go up what is probably 4 inches.
Mm-hmm. So it's the way you can get up the highest and also continue to move at a decent clip.
The fact that this is the ideal power tells you how much of a hellscape this game is.
Yes, so you do that, and most of the statues in this Escher painting world are up high in the air or at weird distances, and I got like 6 and 4 minutes because they designed them to be annoying if you use a basic jump, but are incredibly breakable if you had a good jump. So I basically trivialized the entire thing, and it felt great because, again, this game only has one action button. Sometimes you can jump, other times you just can't. One time I got hit, lost that fairy, and went, well, I have 2 of these powers. I can't jump, I have to go backward because I need to jump to progress. So I need to go find another power. I can't switch to like my default form for a jump.
That's so insane.
So I need to just go back.
It's deranged.
What
is wrong with
They
them?
had to come up with a solution, Bob, to make it so they're like, we need you to platform, but we need you to do a thing. So they'll do stuff like, here's a chess piece. It has cannons on all 4 sides. You can jump. So what was their solution? They have to do the 1 button action because they're insane. They're like, you shoot when you stop. It automatically just shoots when you stop.
What?
Or they wanted to do a speed booster power, but wanted you to jump off like ramps and like cliffs. So what do? This activates whenever it feels like it. So you start glowing and then your speed booster's about to start.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of those.
It couldn't be anything that makes sense. Like, once you have been running for a certain amount of time, the speed boost kicks in. You know, like a thing Devil May Cry, which is not a platformer figured out.
Yeah, you have a lot of that. Collecting things in general just didn't feel great. And then we came into the thing that I thought was neat when I played the demo for 25 minutes. They're called the Balan bout, where there's a golden hat, and you play as Balan. It plays that big band track that Dan said ripped off the Chips Ahoy jingle.
Oh, it was really good. I actually introduced this by just yelling 1,000 chips delicious in the middle of him doing it for the umpteenth million time.
Yes. So the concept, if people haven't seen this, is that you're in the no collateral damage dimension, which is a skybox of varying types, as Balan, the top-hatted character with a weird smile. And you do one of two things. You're blowing up rocks, or you're fighting Lance, which is the nemesis of Balan, because Balan, Lance, balance. And it's a QTE spree, where a translucent or like half opacity version of you will appear, and it has its final pose prepared. And you have to wait for Balan to make that exact pose and for both of them to align. And you press a button and you do it, and you can get one of 4 like ranks where it's like excellent, great, good, like oops. And you'll do anywhere from like in the early game 4, then eventually like 6 of these. You'll get a statue if you get all excellence, but if you get a great on any of them, you get nothing.
That's not true, Casey. You do get something. I noticed.
Yeah, you get coins.
Yeah, you get the Tim's currency. It multiplies how much of the currency you have.
Yeah, you get that currency. Which is aggressively rough. So you get that, but it just means now what you need to understand, Bob. Of the 2 types, when you fight Lance, those are 3-minute long QTE sessions that you can't skip. Also, say you did all of them, but the last one you got a good on. You're like, damn it, I'll try it again. You can't. They despawn until you kill the boss.
Of course.
So, which means you'll hit Act 1, and you're like, I gotta beat Act 2 now, and I gotta beat the boss. And then you reach the point where it's the end of the game, where it went from 1 per level to 3 to 4. And they're at the end of the game, they put like 4 next to each other, where they're like, we're out of goals for the main level. Create these. And the saddest thing is, Dan saw it. I did one where I fought Lance, where they looped the same QTE again.
Yeah, it did the same animation and everything 2 times in a row.
Yeah, it shows.
It did.
Like,
it was insane.
Yeah, like Lance teleports in front of me and goes in for a big hook. We completed it, knocked him away. Then the game, like, as if it's like a Telltale game queuing it up, queued up the exact same scene again.
It's like fighting some annoying bastard in Final Bout. GT Final Bout on the fucking PS1, and they just keep doing the weird QTE moment. You're like, dude, I just deflected the last one. Can we stop reliving this moment in time?
And you're effectively fighting these like 16. You fight him like 16 or 17 times throughout the entire game as Balan, which makes it weird that he's like, you actually do a fight with him at the end as the final boss, kind of, which deflates anything that has. One thing I liked about the bosses is the concept that there are 3 different attacks they do that you have a way using your powers to counter them, and you'll get a statue for each one of those you get. So you're essentially getting 3 jiggies per boss if you do it correctly, which was good. Some bosses were really terrible and can give you motion sickness that were aggressively bad. Some of them I'm like, there's so many pieces of this game that would be good if this weren't the worst controlling game of the last 10 years. But that stuff just kind of added on to it. And it really tries hard with some of the story stuff to be like, yeah, we're really building up to it. Like, you fight the final boss in this, and it's like all the people you helped came in, and they each give you 1 power from that world, and then they cycle through every one of them for all the phases. And you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of neat, and it's like a big JRPG final boss. And then you beat it, and then I almost blacked out when Balan embraces you and cries, and his tears turn into the coin collectibles in the game, implying that he has been crying over every level in the entire game. And you collect his tears and feed them to the Tims, which are the chows in this game.
Great. What a game.
It controlled terribly. It somehow had 12 worlds, and it still had post-game content, adding a 3rd act to every single level, and a unique collectible.
So, and this part really pissed me off. Spoilers for fucking the horrible plot of Balan Wonderworld. When you beat Lance, he, like, gets de-edgified back into his normal self, supposedly. then he just gets like sucked into the evil dimension, and that's it. Like the hands come out of the space and pull him in. That's the end.
Well, I mean, they got set
like,
for a sequel.
Yeah, of course.
It has the presentation that like he's fixed, but then the evil power just takes him, and Balan just kind of shrugs.
Got him.
It was yeah, I cannot believe it. It's like you've gone through a lot of platformers. I don't know how I ended up getting the worst one. Even I was like, there's got to be something. People were like, this is like Gex 2. I'm like, no, they would have had 2 remotes by now.
Gex 2 was a much more enjoyable game than fucking Balan.
I said that. I said it had the energy of Gex 2 because it just felt hollow the way the first couple levels in that do.
Yeah, I get that. You're totally right on the money with that.
Oh, the funniest thing was like, here's the hub, guys. I'm gonna spin the camera left to right to show you the worlds because they put a number next to them. So the order is World 1, 4, 8, 11, 3. And it just goes like that. They just made it random numbers. So the hub makes no sense. So you're trying to spin, and every single time you're trying to figure out where the next level is.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's intensely bad in a way I was not. Even I wasn't prepared for it. It's like, I knew it was bad, but like, if you just gave this to someone who knew what game feel was like, and how to place things for objectives, you might have been able to like salvage something out of it, but no, it was absolutely like really, really terrible.
Yeah, it has with Kazooie alone syndrome to a million.
Mm-hmm.
It also has the most aggravating parts of every rare platformer that I hate, cranked up to a million. It really genuinely is the worst version of a rare style collectathon.
Yeah, which is crazy because at least in a rare game, they place everything with purpose. They placed nothing here with purpose. They're just like, I don't know, dump everything over in the map editor.
They also, Bob, they do that really funny thing where there's an important collectible that gates your progress, and they keep doing this thing where they stick it right above you when you enter a room. So you're supposed to run to the opposite wall and spin the camera.
Yeah, that happened.
Good thing.
That happened.
Yeah.
Someone in my call who watched another death stream of this said, spin the camera. And I'm like, come on. Why? And then at the end of the game, they like super give up because they spend the entire game saying, who cares about enemies unless a lance shows up to block a door, and just decided to add combat rooms without giving you a tutorial for them.
Yeah, so in this game, where normally to progress, you go and find an item or a special thing or hit a switch.
Mm-hmm.
It just now doesn't let you go on. It doesn't let you go forward until you kill all the enemies that normally before it didn't matter.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you think at some point Square Enix like looked at it and was like, you have less money now?
No, if anything, this game has too much money.
Yes.
It has way too much money. This doesn't seem like a game that had the carpet pulled out from underneath it at all. This seems like a game that got
really
3
depressing.
times. Like, there's no world where they should have given them this much money.
Yuji Naka was given the best shot of anybody, and he just fucking wasted it.
Let me express something. Creators who came before the time of the people listening to this podcast have been given more rope than they will ever give people ever again in our lives, and Yuji Naka is one of them.
The best thing to come out of that is well, I should read some user reviews on the Metacritic for this, and it's all overly positive broken English, and then Nep, who had played Left Alive, another Square Enix game, went, yeah, they just hire someone whenever they think the game's gonna bomb to do that. Because the exact same thing happened to Left Alive. Broken English.
Not the Quiet Man, though. They didn't give a shit about the Quiet Man.
Yeah, no one gives a shit about the Quiet Man.
Someday I will play The Quiet Man. It will probably be by the end of this year, and I will be drinking The Quiet Man while playing The Quiet Man.
But yeah, I expected it to be this bad when my the person who does Square Enix influencer stuff said, all right, codes are up here on launch day. We will only serve them today and no other time. You have 12 hours. And I'm like, you've never done that before. What? Oh, no.
Yeah, that actually got me really bad because that was going to be a game for giving games a chance once I saw it was on the platform where you can request keys. Because I was legitimately interested. After we played Billy Hatcher, which seemed fine, I was like, maybe Balan's actually fine and everyone's overblowing it.
Yeah, just you watch it. It's like here's our power up, the fucking box fox, or the fox that turns into a metal box randomly, and then it stops you from moving. So I was just running. I transformed into a box, and it just slid because it kept momentum, and I fell off a cliff.
How zany and fun. I think kids love this.
It's so bad.
It is.
I'm done.
Good. You didn't play anything else, thank Christ. Feel.
Okay, I played one thing worth talking about. It's called Cruelty Squad.
Yes. The game that I think David Jaffe was convinced people punked him by sending to him.
Yeah.
Of course, David Jaffe doesn't get Cruelty Squad. So this is like a vaguely retro-ish FPS.
Mm-hmm.
It's ugly as shit deliberately. Like, everything about it is garish and horrible to look at. It also has really horrible sound design, again, deliberately.
Yeah, it seemed like one of those, like a piece of art that is literally trying to be hideous, like Aeon Flux.
Yes, it's presenting, and much like Aeon Flux, it's like a weird cyberpunk, but like even worse type of deal. I've put some spoilered images into the Big Think Dimension chat. The top one gives you is one of your upgrades. It gives you a pretty good idea of how this game goes.
Oh, these goggles, they do nothing, huh?
So, you are a fucking waste of space who is part of Cruelty Squad. That's sort of like an assassination company, but not, because assassinations don't exist anymore because nobody can die. Because technology has progressed to the point that you're immortal. Even if somebody blows you into chunky salsa, they have these things called genetic recombiners that'll just make a new you. It costs $500 to be genetically recombined.
Okay.
So nobody can die. Being poor doesn't mean you die. They just put it on your tab, and now you have to work for them.
Oh my god. No way. Fuck that.
So everything in the game is diegetic, meaning your revival is obviously, part of the setting. But the ability to replay missions is too, because your targets can also be revived. So you can repeatedly take the jobs to shoot these people in the head, and that's also why they don't give a shit about like civilian casualties in this game, because nobody can die. You can listen to like chatter, because there is a little bit of like NPC chat, and there's like, yeah, everybody's picked up like obscenely long-term hobbies like fishing for really long periods of time or playing the stock market. So that's the concept. Like you're in this horrible world, and you have to go inflict cruelty on people because you can't kill them. You're essentially minorly inconveniencing them. So it's stuff like, yeah, this guy fucked over our company, go shoot him in the head. It's not going to get rid of him, but he'll learn his lesson maybe.
God.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
you can buy upgrades. They're all horrible. Well, horrible like aesthetically, like this isn't cool cyberpunk.
Right. No.
I'm gonna need you guys to click the second spoilered image. That is one of your upgrades. It's how you get a double jump.
Gunk booster.
I'm gonna read it to you. Gunk boosters. Boost yourselves upwards midair by releasing a jet of assorted biological detritus. Makes a huge mess that is extremely unpleasant to clean up. You don't have like a cyber implant that makes you double jump. You have shoots from your asshole to the bottom of your feet, and you shoot out shit and piss at high pressure from the bottom of your feat to double jump.
That's horrible.
Man, that foot can fart.
God damn it.
Really bad. Yeah.
That's so bad.
A lot of the upgrades have some horrible downside, where it's like this is an artificial endocrine booster that like makes you run super fast, but it fucks up your body bad. Your health is like through the ground now. But despite everybody being immortal, when you die the first time in the game, you still get the most jarring prompt I've ever seen in a video game ever, which is the third from the bottom, spoilered image.
What?
This changes the difficulty of the game, by the way.
Oh.
It makes the game slightly easier, and now certain doors won't open for you because they tell you your soul is missing. Well, yeah, because your soul left when you died. Just because they put your body back together doesn't mean your soul comes back.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
You can get the divine light back though by doing certain things.
All right.
And if you die too many times in the same level and go too far into debt, you get the message that they're tired of paying to revive you, so they're going to clear your debt and use you to test a new thing, which gets you the prompt. The last spoilered image is a prompt.
This looks fake.
It's funny as shit is what it is.
The implication with the last one is if you die too much, it's like, okay, we fucking mutilated you. You're a giant mass of cancer cells now.
God.
Cool.
You will regenerate from salsa, but you're like some horrible freak now forever.
God.
Ugh.
Horrifying.
It's not super. It's like not especially hard. Pretty much every weapon's hit scan. You have leaning. You have like jump. You have like you move at quake speeds and have like a quake jump. You can climb ladders. You have a kick that'll shoot people into the skybox. And if you upgrade the kick, it will just instantly jib them. And jibbing people is good in Cruelty Squad because you can collect their organs and sell them.
Ooh.
The game, I'm not super far, but it already did something really funny. Not to me, because I saw the trap coming, because I actually read quest dialogue or like mission briefings. So you have to play the stock. There's an in-game stock market that is as volatile as the real stock market. It's one of the ways to make money. There's a specific stock that's just like, this company's doing really good. Buy. We recommend buy. Second mission in the game. Go kill the 3 CEOs of that company. Guess what fucking happens if you still have your money in that company? Well, it happens regardless of whether or not you have your money in that company. But guess what happens if you leave your money in that company and go do that? The stock price crashes and the company dies.
Oh no.
It's neat. It's really like the concept of, okay, nobody dies, everything is ugly as shit, and like there's this sheen of like bio slime over everything aesthetically.
God.
Yeah, I'm seeing pictures of this game. This looks hideous.
Yeah, it's definitely hideous.
Yeah, it's like it's not cyberpunk. It's like the DMC2 room punk.
The DMC2 room punk.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. I get that energy from this.
I think the giant green blob that is your life counter really sells the game. That has life on it in like a clip art font.
Oh God, that's what that is?
Yeah. It has a number down. So it doesn't shrink or anything. It just has a number by it. It just looks bad.
God, I can kind of see it.
Yeah, it's really compelling, even though it's unbelievably hideous. It's also a real Chad move to be like, the sound design in this game is repellent, but if you wear headphones, you'll be able to hear enemy footsteps and have an advantage.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, I recommend it. It's if you can handle it, because it's obvious that not everybody's going to be able to handle it.
Yeah, David Jaffe couldn't handle it. He tried it once, thought people were punking him, tried it again, and he was like, guys, this is just shit. Why do you like this? By the way, Bob, you look a little thirsty. Do you want some of my giant bucket of sweet lightning?
No, I don't need your medical vacuum sealed bucket of sweet lightning.
I think I need to get that every time I get a famous bowl.
They replaced my iodine with sweet lightning Mountain Dew.
You know, Dan, you know who you can thank for that sweet lightning?
Who can I thank?
The Pod Lord.
Oh, fuck!
Oh, it's them. The Pod Lords administer the juice.
Yes, that's right. The Podlords. Podlords such as E. Lee Broyles, Corey Brown, Dobo Muito Real.
Oh no! I want Mothman Dobo and SMT V.
Red Blaze 27. Weapons Grade Juice of Frost. Suzushiro. Emperor Zero. My favorite Mass Effect 2 DLC is the lair of Shibi Weeby.
The only good one.
Reen would simply cure the trauma of the ice and dolphin girls from Balan with head pats and the mating presses.
Yeah, that's how that'd go.
I kneel.
Based on... Yeah, it's a Reen-sama, I kneel.
Rado. 101 Shades of Wonderful Remastered. Gary is on a weight loss adventure. So far, I'm down 20 pounds in 4 weeks. Wish me luck in reaching my goal.
That's really fucking good. Good on you.
Yeah, that is really good. Just make sure you don't push yourself too hard. Don't want to be unsafe. But yes, keep it up. WTF Spider-Man. My mom's car has input latency.
It's bad.
Is that before or after the drink? Modern Mage. What the fuck is... Preparing my grind to become the #1 Nigel Thornberry player for my appearance at EVO 2022. Until they add Kappa Mikey.
Oh, shit.
Smashing!
Smashing. They better add Kappa Mikey. Add Kappa Mikey, you
Look,
motherfucker.
I just want to main Daggett. The voice actor's already in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Do
it's
it.
important.
You know what? Add Gonard. Forget about Kappa.
Oh my god.
DFW3K. Oh god, this is funny. Installing Yuzu on my Steam dock to play Age of Calamity at an improved 30 frames per second. This is genuinely the situation we're in now.
I'm glad we have a Switch Pro confirmed.
God. Persona P5 Strikers on the Switch is a bit quispy, but still chugs way less than Cold Steel 3.
Yeah, that's because you're porting a PS4 game that they didn't intend to ever be on anything else and made on the Fire Engine.
Kristen. Devil Summoner Raido Kuzunoha versus Digital Devil Saga Steam Deck Edition. I like the person earlier calling it Steam Dock.
Yes.
Raido changing their name made me crash the car, so I reformed the car into a skeleton colossus. Gotta go find something to smash. Kyle Bjork. Zilter. The Switch wishes it was as cool as the Vita. Bob Alone. 3.
Oh no. That Photoshop's really rough.
Yeah, I can't make out anything.
Oh man, it's all 4 Sviets from Dirge of Cerberus.
And Bob's face on someone else's neck.
Yeah, that is the cover of Home Alone 3. I vaguely remember it. My head is very small, I guess.
Yeah, and turned the wrong way. I think your head may be broken, actually.
Yeah, it's rough.
I'm so sorry.
Chase Ray. Bligda Blue. Schligda's Boo. Actual Final Fantasy character, Colundo.
My God!
That's really good. Monster Hunter Ryzen. So-called free thinkers when a character has face in their name.
Doorface is a very good enemy in Guardians Crusade.
How many licks does it take to get to the very center of a tonberry? 1, 2, 3, doink.
I'm just imagining biting into its little head now.
I don't like the fact that it has a berry center. Jordan. Are you ready to learn how to do a fucking infinite, kids? Right punch. Bob, it's an emote, and it's a healthy and happy Banny.
Well, that's good.
I'm so small. How did Banny get so big? My Banny is too strong. Please stop praying for her. She's 300 pounds. Dan, don't open the door. It's them Podlord 41. They caught up to you.
Oh no!
Oh no! Man, that chain's really struggling.
Urmeshi Trev reminding everyone to stay positive.
Oh.
Essence of Podlord. Painful name. Indigo Sykes. I caught up on BTT 128 out 128. I finally got you bitches. Now let me give you a socially distanced hug.
This is like a 2-month payoff.
Yeah, Jesus.
Longer than that.
If you feel dumb, remember, at least you didn't pay $1 million for a common game. That thing's a scam.
Yeah.
It's a scam. I wasn't going to cover it on Big Thing, so it's not in the news. Did someone else put it in the news?
No.
I don't
Good.
know. I don't know what's being talked about.
Mario 64, I'll get to it.
Okay.
BN12.
Okay.
Evil Lucario. The Nickelodeon Scrimblows.
What? No, they're real.
Fuck you. You fucking want a Nickelodeon Scrimble. You got to go to like the butt ugly Martian.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should put those in there.
Or that
Anything
one
live
show
action.
or that one show that happened that was like in the fast food place. It had superheroes, I think. What the fuck was that one called?
I mean, I would even say
Fanboy and Chum Chum.
Oh my god.
Clutchins is now base and Columbo pilled.
Yeah.
3 different raccoons.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
raccoons.
Mecha Shiva.
Yes.
Mecha Shiva.
Super Robot Wars 30 is here. Time to wake up.
That's actually really fucking cool.
Yeah, it is.
Finally, officially over here.
Valkyrie Skies. Aspiring Bamani Ambassador Shinji 16. And Vid Sigma. Thank you very much to our podlords.
Thank you, Paul
Thank you, Podlords.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And if you'd like to become a Podlord, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/gbpodcast. For as little as $5 a month, you have access to many benefits, such as Cursed Content Club commentary tracks, Cursed Content by Committee, and Blessed Blontent Blub, our once a month Patreon exclusive show that you get viewer input on. Extended armchair dev pitches and sometimes gamer premonitions, where we say things that we didn't think were good enough to say in the show, or were forbidden from saying by the rules of said show. And finally, early access to Chugging Bleach and Mondo Cool, our 2 anime review podcasts. That's patreon.com/gbpodcast, and you can always help by telling other people about our shit.
Yeah, that really helps. Thank you.
Big shit.
So the thing the Podlord was referencing is how somebody sold a sealed copy of Mario 64 for $1.5 million or $1.25 million.
I thought that it was $500,000 or just $1 million.
It's
Exactly.
definitely 1 million or more.
Okay.
I know that for a fact. This is insane because the highest an N64 game had ever gone for before was like a perfect quality sealed version of Ocarina of Time for 800,000.
Uh-huh.
And given that this deal went through and it got pushed through pretty fast, it seemed like things went weirdly smoothly for it when it shouldn't have. And it sold for record amounts.
Yeah.
And then there was an acquisition of 2 major companies involved in this space very shortly thereafter.
Gee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a merger. Yeah. So that whole thing seems sketchy. But I'm not interested in that. There's always going to be scams for that. And quite frankly, what you're looking for is the completely unnecessary podcast hosted by Pat, the NES Punk, and Ian.
There's one thing I want to say about this before we move on.
Sure.
So all that stuff came out about it. The first tweet I see, Jeff Grubb retweeting and saying, "This is why I don't buy physical games."
Shut the fuck up, Jeff Grubb.
Yeah. It was like, this guy
are you-
absolutely insane.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, obviously, if you wanted to buy a 64 game at this point, it'd be $1 million.
I guess that's what he thinks.
Yeah, I think that's what he thinks because he's insane.
I would like to point out, in the last day, I tweeted a clip from our PS5 launch stream where someone goes, "I want a Tekken rep," and I'm like, "They'll do Kazuya. I have a better track record than Grubb."
A fucking coin has a better track record than Grubb.
Yes, of course. Even if that coin lands on the same side 50 times in a row, it might not the next time.
I wish my letter of intent actually went through where we didn't have to talk about Jeff Grubb. But, it fell through, so I'm still right.
Let's start with the Steam Deck.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Phil wrote it in his news. Do you want to talk about it, Phil? Because I can, but...
Sure. I mean, you can take it.
Okay, sure. So Steam Deck, it's the Steam portable thing we were talking about a couple months ago that leaked. It's launching in December. They're doing pre-orders via Steam. I believe, Phil, you were saying, or someone was saying that you cannot pre-order this thing unless you had a Steam account prior to June 1st.
You had to have made a purchase in June 2021 or earlier, meaning by the time you announced it, it's too late.
Yeah. So that's great. That's going to cut down on scalpers because you have to pre-order through Steam. Talking about the spec detail and then the price point, so that way we can have our disparate views on the value of each price point at the end. But yeah, it's got a Zen 2 CPU, which is a little disappointing because Zen 3 came out last year. That was my number one disappointment with the consoles, is that they unfortunately could not feature Zen 3. But it has a Zen 2 CPU, the same architecture that's in the next-gen consoles. It's going to RDNA 2 GPU with, quote, delivering more than enough performance to run the latest AAA games in a very efficient power envelope.
At 720p.
Yeah, I have no idea what they think is more than enough performance, but they specifically allege it can run every game on Steam, and the reason why is it uses Proton, which is Valve's compatibility layer that lets Linux run Windows games.
It must work good, because I've seen footage of people just booting Japanese games on weird engines in Proton, and it just works.
Good. I'm super interested in how it'll work with different things. I really, really want to check this out. But rounding out the news before the price points.
I'm looking at it. I don't like how the buttons are so close to the edge.
It looks like it might run a good competition with the Luna controller for least comfortable controller interface in gaming. Because, man, that Amazon Luna controller was bad.
I noticed, right, there's tons of buttons on the back, too, like in places to make it hard to hold it without hitting something.
I'm sure you can map those.
Yeah.
And it also has, like, the little haptic pads, because it has to have... Some games don't have controller support, so it has to have, like, something that can duplicate a mouse.
Yeah. Yeah, I find those pads really interesting. I wonder how well that'll work. I guess I'll just have to check it out. It has a dock, Switch style, that allows USB and networking and video out and stuff. But
I think it also, it allows video out.
Yeah, it's sold separately, though.
Yeah.
And they have not announced a price that I've seen, unfortunately. Nope. Given that the price points are $400, $530, and $650, buying a dock separately sucks. It's a lot. But anyways, apparently has various anti-scalper methods put into place. For example, if it... Oh, yeah. We covered that. Okay. And it feels final note here. The controls on it seem kind of bad, which we also went over.
Oh, yeah. I'm now seeing how the D-pad's almost running off of it. Same with the buttons on the right side.
I have a weird like premonition that this first version, that they'll do a revision actually like a year after, because this is for like hyper Steam enthusiasts, like this initial launch. So I kind of suspect they'll be because like it's going to get bought by hyper Steam enthusiasts, because people who have a bunch of games.
Yeah.
And then that leads into normal people wanting it, and they'll do a revision with better ergonomics.
Hopefully they'll eventually redesign this to not look so ergonomically awful.
It looks like a Wii U gamepad.
Yeah, that's what I was literally... I was going to say, it looks like a slightly worse Wii U gamepad.
Yeah, because I like the D-pad and buttons are in a place where you can hit them on a Wii U gamepad, and not here where it feels like I'll be breaking my thumb going at an angle, but we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, let's talk about the price points. You guys ready?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll screen cap it so you guys can read along in the Discord as I go over this stuff, because it's a lot of information to take in. It's not as simple as it comes across as. So at first, the $400 version, it has a carrying case, $399, and 64 gigs of storage, which is an eMMC, which basically means it's some built-in flash memory, but it's nothing fancy. $530 version has an NVMe SSD, like the next-gen consoles, basically.
Okay.
Like in that ilk, maybe not that fast, but of that ilk. So it has much, much faster storage, and it has 256 gigs of it. So 4 times as much. If you ask me, that's the only one worth buying. 64 gigs of space for Steam games.
Yeah, that doesn't really.
Yeah,
get
and
you much.
unless you're just gonna be like, I'm gonna put RetroArch on it. RetroArch's on Steam.
Right.
RetroArch on it.
And there's a lot of things you can do with this. People were saying they confirmed that you can install Windows on this.
Right.
So that's really cool.
I'm gonna run Dolphin on this.
Yes, that's the plan for some people. They want to run Yuzu and Dolphin and other shit. Which honestly, it should be pretty fucking powerful. Dolphin would probably run all right on it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a portable way to do that, that might end up being decent.
Yeah.
It'd be better than like, I need to contract someone to turn the GameCube into a portable machine.
Yeah, no, that's always a mistake.
Yes.
I brought it up on another podcast, but I was really pleased by Dolphin getting a version optimized for the M1 Max. So that way that Apple Silicon shit just blows the hell out of comparable portable CPUs and GPUs trying to run Dolphin. I hope those portable Macs get way stronger from here, so that way it's just like eventually, yeah, we could just easily run everything in 4K and beat the shit out of stuff. But let's continue with this. The $650 version doubles the storage, so it's 512 gigabytes of NVMe SSD storage. Check this shit out, though. It has premium anti-glare etched glass. This thing is a portable. What do you mean I have to buy the $650 version for the glass on the screen to not have massive glare?
You gotta give it transition lenses.
What the fuck are you thinking?
Well, that's the one you want to buy. You're a PC gamer. You should be up to buy this one.
I'm just saying that's nuts, dude.
Also,
It's a portable.
What's the Steam Community Profile Bundle? What does that mean?
Well, you would get exclusive Steam Community Profile Bundle, meaning like you get all this shit for your profile, like icons and backgrounds and stuff.
Don't you want to tell everybody you bought the Steam Deck, and then like cut in a picture of everybody laughing at you?
And then there's the exclusive virtual keyboard theme, which I guess means the on-screen keyboard that's going to pop up will have a cooler theme version for people who spend $650.
This thing's screen is also a touchscreen, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't think we covered that.
Oh,
we didn't cover that, but I got that once it was like virtual keyboard. I was like, okay, so clearly it's got a touchscreen. This thing does support micro SD. So you could expand.
So you can't expand it.
You could, but a micro SD is not going to get you NVMe speeds nowhere near. Even the most expensive SD cards get anywhere near that. Fuck, I think the SD card we're recording Big Think on is specifically mine is a really fast one, so we can drop all of our files really fast. And that thing is nowhere even fucking close. It's like a 20th the speed, a 10th the speed. It's really low. Anyways, so most humans, because I know how this Valve hardware stuff goes, most humans will never see this thing. Most people will have to hear from crazy people who will just fucking lie to you about it, how good it is. We used to have a friend who would buy this stuff, but we really don't get to see him that often nowadays. So me and Bob will have no idea. Like, this was the friend who was like, hey, I have a Steam controller. And then we got to try it. I was thinking maybe we should pick one up for the channel, but shit has been real rough financially over here, so I did a poll first. See, normally I wouldn't do a poll. I'd be like, let's just fucking get it. We'll try to make it up on the back end.
Hey, you mean did Reserve start tomorrow?
Yeah,
Jesus.
That's why I had to do the poll that quickly. So I have the results of the poll, gentlemen. I did 2 polls, one on Twitter, one on Discord. If you're not on the Twitter or Discord, well, then you deserve to not take place in this poll.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. That's just them the ropes. I can't go to YouTube and make a post and do a poll there because I hate YouTube's community stuff. Anyways.
There might be an Xbox ad you can't forget.
Art, baby. It's art, baby. That would somehow they would reply to the poll with that, Bob. They would just say that about the Steam Deck. So we have 507 votes. 81.3% of people said we should pick one up for the channel. Multiple people were like, make it a stream goal so we can knock it out. The Discord was even stronger. 258 people replied to that, and 230 of them said yes. So that's like 90% of the people just going, hey,
you should buy it.
You should buy it. Because they know, Bob. They know I'm right when I say Most people will have to hear about this stuff from those crazy people who review laptops for a living and don't play video games.
Right.
Or insane fanboys, right?
People have been fully converted. Like it's excellent. They spent money on it. It's from the company they like.
Right.
Or John Linneman, but he's only one person.
I hope John picks this up. And like, I didn't even think about Digital Foundry covering this because I know the larger market for YouTube hardware reviews. Digital Foundry is a drop in the bucket. The vast majority of people is like the exact crowd we're talking about, where it's people who have literally their Steam fanboys, which is as insane to me as being a Windows fanboy. That's not a thing you should be a fanboy of, you dumb motherfucker.
I think it's gotten better. It used to be real bad.
I feel like Steam not having incredible Steam sales nonstop for fucking years now has made it a little bit more tempered.
Right, a little bit.
Yeah, you can't get a game that came out 6 months ago for $3 anymore.
Somebody on Twitter made an image.
Oh no, is that real?
Somebody on Twitter made an image. I'm posting this in the podcast.
Okay.
Mark really stretching this.
I'm marking this shit. They
Jesus.
have to. I'm gonna research whether or not it's true after we show the image. I'm gonna put credit for the person too. Jesus fucking Christ. So here's how many Vitas that thing is. It is
Holy shit.
It is nearly 2 Vita wide.
Yeah,
Vitas wide.
I thought it looked like completely not a portable.
Oh,
But now seeing it like this, oh no, that thing should not be taken anywhere.
to be real,
You just put it in your back pocket, Bob.
the Switch
Well,
is
that's why
also
it comes
not
with a
very
case.
portable.
I bet
True.
the case has a strap even.
Oh, okay. So I didn't realize this person followed us on Twitter. Their name's at The Sweet with 2 W's.
Yes.
They tweeted that image. That's unfucking real.
You excited?
For the Steam Deck,
Yep.
I'm going to be perfectly honest. Yes, I'm probably the most positive person on the fucking whole podcast right now.
No, I've been silently going, man, I wish it wasn't so expensive. I want it.
Yeah, I just...
I barely use Steam, so having some sort of peripheral where I'm like, well, I'm never going to blow Steam up onto my TV anyway. So this would get me to use my library more. Unlike a Switch where, of course, I'm going to play a Nintendo thing on my television. That's always going to happen. So a Switch Portable doesn't necessarily track for me ever. But this...
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
So
See-
when you get yours, depending on how it feels...
Yeah, other than the ergonomic nightmare it looks like it is, I think it's a cool idea.
I think it's a really cool
Yeah.
idea. I think there's definitely a market for this. Absolutely.
I think now that they have Proton,
yeah.
I think even like the Steam machines might go over better. If they decided to try that again. Because the whole problem with that was just like it wouldn't play most shit.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is here is, and this is really hard for a lot of people to understand. You remember when everybody was saying the Switch was going to fail?
Yeah.
This mental block people have is why. So I'm going to say this, and they're going to be people who hear it and just no. This has more value than a Steam machine could because it is a portable. It is a Steam machine with a specific, bespoke, explicit purpose, right?
Right.
Because a Steam machine doesn't have that. Quite frankly, it was cheap, quote, quote, hardware that was crippled because it couldn't do certain things.
And weren't there like 10 of them?
They
They let like any company make it.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was not a good setup.
Yeah, it was multiple different SKUs. I can't remember how many. I think I saw 4 to 6. But this has an excuse. This has a distinct purpose, right? And it accomplishes that in that it is a portable that you can use to play PC games. And there are other machines that do that, and they all are neat. I don't want anyone to sit there and be like, hey guys, why is this more important than this? Because the answer is because Steam is making it.
Yeah, I was like, this is made by
Yeah,
Valve.
I'm sorry.
This isn't just some random Chinese company that makes PC hardware making a cool Switch-like thing. This is Valve making it. This is on Steam's front page for me to pre-order. Speaking of pre-ordering it,
What? Have to be up at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. What the fuck is wrong with you? One,
Do you know how I live?
it's not even the weekend, you assholes.
Yeah, you better be able to tab out during work.
Yeah, some part of your user base is at their fucking jobs.
No.
Thanks, Casey.
I fucking
Not the
cracked his
PC
code.
Master Race.
They don't have jobs.
Yeah, they're at home.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a lot. I like the fact that they have smart built-in ways to try to get rid of scalpers. I appreciate the fact they're already like, hey, yeah, there's going to be a dock, and that the dock looks like it not only uses HDMI, it uses DisplayPort, which is important because DisplayPort can work at all sorts of refresh rates a lot more easily. Plus, people already have DisplayPort monitors. Like my 144 hertz one is a DisplayPort monitor. It doesn't necessarily support 144 hertz on the HDMI.
I was seeing something about supporting Bluetooth. Do we know if that's the dock or the device?
I assume the device would support Bluetooth so you can use a normal fucking controller.
Right, or you need the dock to be able to do that. That's my question.
I don't think, because under the dock information, it doesn't mention Bluetooth at all.
Okay.
So I think it's just the device itself that supports Bluetooth. I think this thing's great. Honestly, the two games I want to see on it, I want to see how high of a frame rate I can run 30XX at, and I want to see how high of a frame rate I can run Doom Eternal at.
See, I want to see Doom Eternal on this versus Doom Eternal on Switch.
Oh,
well, obviously, this is going to blow the hell out of that.
Right,
This is going to run at least 60 at serviceable settings. The Switch is not serviceable settings, and it is 30 frames per second.
it's insane that this is the cheapest one of this is the $400, and the Switch OLED's
$350.
Yeah, $350.
I said exactly that on like
people.
I don't think this is going to do anything to Nintendo unless it like blows up in some completely unpredictable way. Like, because who fucking knows?
Yeah.
I mean that,
But
honestly,
I hope they think it will.
I hope this blows up and it puts Nintendo on their back foot, because quite frankly, the Switch has been a runaway of success the whole time it's been on the market. It's made Nintendo top tier cocky. Like, nobody wants to call them on it because they're putting out good games. But quite frankly, it's insane that Nintendo has gotten to the point where they're like, old port, $60. It's insane that Nintendo got to this extent where it's not even a huge upgrade. It's not even a port from the original platform. They're porting pre-existing ports and asking for a shitload of money and doing all these other insane business practices. And on top of all of this, the Switch still costs what it costs at launch 4 years ago. And the one with the new screen that cost them $10 more to produce is $50 more 4 years after the original came out. Like, that's a huge level of cocky. So yeah, I hope this thing comes out and it's some unnatural level of success. Given that Steam is such a huge platform, I genuinely hope this gets it in front of enough people's eyes where they're like, well, yeah, I already own shitloads of games on Steam. Like, I own what, 200? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't even game on PC much, but I own like over 200, I'm sure.
Yeah, I own 450/330.
Let me see. Let me blow myself out here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
450. Let me put it this way. Okay, you know what? Fuck this. This segment went too long. You know what, Bob?
What's up?
Here's the only thing that matters about the Steam Deck versus the Switch. Brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. 100% orange juice is only available on one of these platforms.
Ooh.
You make a really good point.
But yeah, no, this is great. It's fucked up that I really want it, but I also need that dock.
Yeah, I have to wonder how much that dock is going to cost.
Yeah, me too. So it's a vertical dock, and I hate the Switch's vertical dock.
Yeah.
Why does everyone do a vertical dock?
What you gonna do?
I don't know. I wish everyone would stop making a vertical fucking dock. The shit goes in an entertainment center. It goes under my TV.
No. You're wrong about that. It doesn't do that.
Okay.
Hey, Dan. This wasn't in our news document, but I saw it pass my desk.
But before we move on, I want to go on one more tangent on this Stream Deck.
Sure.
Steam
Deck.
Stream Deck is Elgato. Good luck.
This is going to be hard. This is going to be very
It's
hard.
okay. Just remember we're talking about Steam.
Yes.
I own 849 games.
See, there you go.
Oh my God.
I saw Greg Miller grousing. And I was like, Greg, the fucking Vita was a great platform. Don't sit here and tell these people that they're bad people for not supporting that, but supporting this. The Vita didn't come out with tens of thousands of games available. Anyway, what's up, Bob?
I've been seeing people on Twitter already getting into a hissy over every fighting game tournament should switch to this.
Oh, you guys are fucking idiots.
Yeah, it's like, dude. PC versions of fighting games. I know you want them, but there's so many hundreds of complications. Let this come out and see if that's even viable in any capacity.
For the weird group of FGC people who want to switch to PC make no sense to me. Like, I don't even see why.
Well, they play it on PC and they want everyone to. They don't want to have to get a console just to compete in the tournament.
But I guess because the tournaments are online now. Okay.
I mean, not even all of them are for that. A lot of them are like, well, then I have to buy a different stick or something like that.
Fuck you.
It's like, do you not understand the hundreds of thousands of complications?
No, they
so
don't.
You want someone else to have to buy another stick.
Dude, PC.
So you're just an asshole.
PC gamers don't even understand that on PC, you cannot boot a game 3 times to get the same amount of input latency.
Yeah.
So why the fuck should we train for fighting games on that platform? Like, I understand fighting games may be great on PC and have lower input lag, especially if you disable VSync. But for fuck's sake, you should be able to boot a game and it's consistent in its performance at all. We complained about like Street Fighter V having 2 non-determinate of an input lag. Like it had over a frame and a half of sway, I believe, back when it came out, and that was too much. Like we should never touch PC then, because it's more than 1.5 on PC. PC fucking sways a shitload. And this isn't even just coming from Dan. This is coming from multiple people who do input lag of analysis. All 3 of the people I trust, I'm one of them, have done analysis of PC.
I trust myself.
I do trust myself more than I trust anybody else.
Prick.
Hey, man, I do my fucking research. What do you do? Exactly.
Stop hitting me.
God, I wish. Anyways.
But yeah, it's always frustrating to see that whole conversation come up. It's like, this is a cool new thing. Why are you being crazy right now? What's wrong with your head?
I saw this thing that's like your thing, and I need to force everyone to use this thing that's like your thing but mine.
And they're convinced tournament runners just don't want to put the investment in to buy the PCs. Like it's just the upfront cost.
Tournament runners want the least headaches, which means playing on fucking console.
Oh, so yeah, even if that is the case, so fucking what? Of course a tournament runner wants to spend hundreds less per setup.
Yeah.
That's not immoral, you fucking Nimrod.
Yeah, I know.
you fucking idiot.
You know what's really important for competition? Everything being fucking consistent.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Say they got a really good deal on a certain GPU, okay? When they built all their PCs for their tournament. Years pass, they now need to replace a PC. They're not going to get the same exact GPU.
Yeah.
So it's already going to be like, and that's the one that runs it better.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Just suck it up and buy a new stick, you baby.
Right. You can't complain about someone else not willing to spend hundreds of dollars more per installation when you won't spend a couple hundred on a stick. Like,
I mean, the fighting game community is full of rabid animals to begin with. This is the community where there's regular discourse. Like, it's not reasonable to expect me to be up at 4 p.m. to sign up for a tournament.
Oh yeah, the amount of grousing over. What do you mean 8 a.m. pools?
Not even that, Casey. The most recent one was like notable people getting mad because it's like I couldn't sign up for the tournament. The signups were only open for an hour and a half and started at 3 p.m.
Well, I guess you didn't want your $250.
But okay, did anyone else have anything to say about the Steam Deck? All I'm going to say is based on voting, apparently we're getting one. So
congratulations.
I'm very excited.
It seems neat.
Yeah.
Even the 64 gigabyte one, like I can see uses for it. It's like I have a lot of games that are under a gig that I would love to have portably.
Yeah, they're not the latest AAA games, but Momodora definitely doesn't need that much space.
Yeah, like I could have Dead Cells. I could have Dead Cells. 30. I was scrolling.
Loading.
I'm sorry. It's funny because sometimes you have a conversation with people and they actually do act like that, where they're just like, I got so many things. I got Dead.
I got egg and egg.
But I could put the Shantae. I could put all the Shantaes on there.
Yeah,
I could
absolutely.
I could have put River City Girls. I could put, both of those Team Ladybug game. Actually, all three, because Pharaoh Rebirth Plus is a Steam game.
Yes. And that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, like, fucking, not only are there all of those, but how fucked up is this? This thing will undoubtedly run Nex Machina better than the PS4. It might even run it better than the PS4 Pro.
Huh.
And it's a portable. So that's really cool. This thing's way more powerful than people think. And the fact it's coming in, it's portable and coming in at the price point that the original PS4 did, but surpassing that is like, oh, wow, that's really cool. Nintendo.
Right. Like, if Nintendo made something like this, it'd be incredible.
Yes.
Because then it'd have their games running well and other people's.
Right. I'm glad it's here, right?
Yes.
Because
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think there's a lot of amazing games that are PC exclusive that maybe this will bring to a whole new audience.
Has a battery life come out for this at all? Do we have any idea?
No, but I'm sure it's just
No.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it's fun. Well, it's really fucking huge, so maybe it has a big battery hidden in it.
Maybe, but
I'm sure it'll vary wildly. Like if you're playing Momodora compared to if you're playing Doom Eternal.
so Bob,
Like
what
30 minutes on Doom Eternal.
Well, yeah, of course, because your CPU is not being taxed. When it's a Zen 2, which is a pretty powerful architecture, you're not getting that taxed by something like Momodora. Bob, do you think this might be the best way to portably play Bloodstained?
Probably. Then what's the competition?
Almost
Switch.
certainly.
It's the
Yeah.
You think this might be a little bit better than the Switch version?
I think it's only better than the Switch version.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit. Just a little weeny bit.
Oh yeah, and then we like Eric can get this, and he can just put clicker heroes on it. Just have a giant thing next to him all day when he's just recording shit, and just keep poking it. That's actually, I have to wonder. So the way they show the dock, the screen's exposed.
Yes.
Do you think it's possible to play with the screen while it's in a dock?
I hope so, because they show it looking like it'll just display whatever's on the TV too, but
at the same time,
that would waste rendering.
That would waste. Well, it'd probably just waste battery life. I don't know if it's gonna it wouldn't render twice. It would just scale an image, but
unless it's your second screen experience.
thank God that's dead.
Yeah,
thank God that lasted 1 year, not even one whole year. I forgot I owned DuckTales remastered on PC. Fuck.
I'm not in front of my computer, so I can't even look at my Steam library right now. Let me log into Steam on my phone and see if that even shows me.
But yeah, there's a lot of games on PC, and I'm really glad that this thing's coming out. That's great news. Honestly, I would have bought it out of self-interest alone without even doing a vote. But man, shit has been rough.
Yeah.
I may have to buy a new car at some point. That fucking sucks.
I don't think there's a might on this one.
There might be. Maybe I could fix the fuse, and then maybe it'll run for another year, and then I could at least buy it next year instead of right now, right after I had the most expensive month of my fucking life.
Yeah, probably. That would be sweet.
That would be swell.
I'm surprised you even tried to drive that fucking thing.
It's fine. I could hold a flashlight up and see the speed I was driving. What I didn't realize is the taillights went out, so I got pulled over immediately anyway.
I couldn't believe you're like, all right, I'm just going to spitball my speed at 12 a.m.
Yeah. I had to do that for a while. That's manageable.
It's really not that hard. If you drive, you know how fast moving is.
Yeah. Just sort of match pace
I
with
can do
other
that.
people.
Yeah. Well, at night, you don't have that many people to match it with.
That's true.
But I can just check this out, go slower than I normally would, and then I would definitely be significantly under the speed limit.
Right.
Unfortunately, I didn't even make it a whole mile, and the cops saw me, and apparently the taillights went out, which I legitimately did not know that.
Yeah, that was weird. As we were in another car following behind you, it's like, oh, look at those lights. Oh my God, that's Dan?
It's Dan again.
And then we just passed by. It's like, oh boy.
Oh man, that means you don't have to wait for games like Rogue Legacy 2 to come to the Switch.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah, that's great.
Raw.
Sorry, I need to get off that topic. KZ, did you said something that came across your desk?
Oh yeah. I just saw my timeline promotions for that new Monster Hunter movie that's coming out.
I was about to bring that
Yep.
up because it looks
Check
like
this
looks like
shit
the
out.
intro to a PS2 game.
Look at this. Look how good
What?
that looks.
Oh, what?
Netflix is Legends of the Guild.
That poster also looks like a PS2 cover.
Dude, look at the dude in the back with no ears.
They can't troll you if you don't have any ears.
What in the world? What in the world is this?
And now I'm looking at actual footage of it. Yeah, this looks like a 7th gen cutscene.
So this comes out on August 12th, right? Let me check our podcast schedule.
This looks worse than the Dragon's Dogma show.
I know. That's what's getting me about it.
How?
Yeah, August 12th. Yeah, okay. If you want to, I'll sign up for that. That's fine.
You know, sure, why not?
I'll type it into the schedule so we don't forget.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's a film. That's even better. I thought this was a series.
Oh, yeah, no worries. It's just a movie. That means they put all their energy into this one.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ.
Okay, well, that was your bonus news.
Okay,
feel free
cool.
to go wherever you wish.
Okay, let me look at this real quick. We just covered some of the biggest news. We're gonna move after this to Feel. Just finish out the rest of your news.
Sure. Netflix is going to add video games to their service as a game streaming. It's no extra. Going to be no extra charge.
Until the whole service keeps increasing its price. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, until the whole service raises its price, which will happen 6 times before this debuts. This is going to fail. Obviously, it will probably be the fastest one of these to fail because they don't fucking know anything about this, and I don't think they're going to hire people that do.
Yeah.
They hired that one guy from EA and Facebook.
Yeah, and Facebook.
Yeah. So I don't know his track record too well. The Facebook part obviously is bad.
Maybe it won't actually be game streaming, and it'll be some weird browser version of shit, like their version of Minecraft Story Mode.
Because they did a little bit of that.
Yeah, I feel like this if they okay, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
If they make this a lot like choose your own adventure type things, then I think this could be really good. But if they're going to try to be like buy the Netflix game controller and do exactly what everyone else is trying to do, it's going to bomb.
And then it's like, Ubisoft said they would port their thing.
No, they won't.
I have a feeling
because
I have a feeling it's going to be buy the Netflix controller.
if they do that, and it's very, very likely that they will.
Mm-hmm.
If they do that, it's going to be terrible because it's going to be something along the lines of, Ubisoft won't come over because we won't let them sell their own package on Netflix because they do that on Luna, for anyone who forgot. And I think they also do it on Stadia. Ubisoft demands to have their own discrete subscription plan on all of these streaming platforms.
That's insane.
Yes, it is. It's so insane that my girlfriend listening to a YouTube video I was listening to in the car, once they started bringing that up, she's like, fuck Ubisoft. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. They needed to be treated super special. But yeah, I just sincerely hope it's in line with some of the other things they've done. But I think that's very unlikely, which is insane, right? Like, in a world where you can have your own niche that's really cool and attracts more people to your platform, why are you lining up to look exactly like the 3 other failures that preceded you?
Yeah, you think
Because
at
if
some
you
point,
succeed, you get infinite money. It doesn't matter how many people fail or how many are in the fucking market. It's like entering the lottery. If entering the lottery cost $500 million.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, I get that Silicon Valley money isn't real money because money isn't real, but it's fucking insane. You could guarantee a need for your service and you can make it so I don't doubt that at some level, if they just made sure to not get freaky with this, that they could get better integration on other platforms for this sort of thing. I don't know how this is going to affect their relationship with Sony and Microsoft. I assume Microsoft just doesn't give a shit because Microsoft doesn't give a shit about what's on Xbox in the least.
that's true.
They're like, hey, yeah, you want your own Game Pass? Sure, fuck it. But I think they're getting into a weird territory if they're going to try to sell their own shitty IP connected fucking controller that doesn't feel as good as using a USB cable. You know, this whole plan sucks. I hate the idea of them bundling it with Netflix. Huge amounts of their audience won't care And then those that would care are like, your service is so expensive already. Like, by doing this, they're the most expensive Game Pass surrogate because they're going to charge you the amount they normally charge you. And they're one of the most expensive subscription platforms around, I think.
Yeah.
Well, you're already signed up for it, and it's Netflix.
It's like,
so why wouldn't you continue?
Yeah,
like
that's
$18?
definitely the logic.
Which is crazy because it's like,
really bad logic.
like, aren't you supposed to be trying to get new subscribers? No.
No, we projected that years ago, and then it didn't work out. So now we're raising the prices like crazy. By the way, what I just said is very accurate.
Oh my God.
it's also never been more
Yeah, I know.
competitive than it is now.
Right, exactly. But yeah, for anyone who didn't know, Netflix was like, here's our projections and our business roadmap. And it was like, we want to be in half of the houses in America. It was like, what? Half of the houses in America don't have a use for you. Half of the houses in America don't have good internet. What the fuck are you on? Anyway. I love that Netflix is going to continue doing what they do of bundling more shit and charging out the ass.
So,
I hope whenever they crash completely that all their licensed shows and stuff made specifically for them just gets dispersed and people just pick it up.
I don't think
it's going into the void.
I assume Netflix is never going to crash.
Probably.
They'll be bought out by someone else.
Yeah, it'll be bought. They'll be bought out.
Disney will buy it.
Yeah, and then they will never release physical copies of anything either because that's their MO.
That's their kink now.
Yes.
So, the Steam patch that's going to fix NieR Automata is coming July 15th, which is tomorrow or today?
That's today.
That's insane.
Okay, so it's out today.
You skipped a word in your summary here that I think is really important.
To supposedly fix all of NieR Automata. We'll fucking see.
Thank you.
This update was seemingly prompted by people going, the Game Pass version is better, which people are still reporting falsely after Digital Foundry proved pretty conclusively, no, it's not. It's exactly the same.
Yep.
Like the Polygon article I'm looking at right now to read the changes. It's like it was technically superior. I'm like, no, it's not. Do any research at all.
No.
Here's the stuff they're adding in. Borderless video settings. Fuck you. Why wasn't that in there to begin with? Fidelity FX. I don't know what that is.
I do.
Tell me, Dan.
I assume for Fidelity FX, they're maybe talking about the weird temporal sharpening shit from AMD. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong.
HDR. They're adjusting anti-aliasing. UI textures will be upgraded to 4K.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jesus.
They're adjusting all the cutscenes and improving the bitrate, so they'll look good and they'll play in 60 FPS.
My brain is fucked. They're upping the bitrate on cutscenes. Why would cutscenes have a bit? It's a video, right? Okay.
Global illumination will be implemented. Be able to set to 3 different levels.
That's good because for people who don't know, the number one performance increase you could do in that game is nerfing the global illumination via mods.
This is just added features. There's also bug fixes, which I'll read in a second.
Okay, but real quick, let me explain. The global illumination in NieR Automata, for some reason, is 4 times the resolution that it needs to be. And this is coming from me. I've seen A/B comparisons where someone's like, I lowered it down to 1/4 of its original size and the game runs this much better. Can you tell the difference? And I'm like, not really. No. So this is great that they're adding that. That should have been added years ago.
Well, look, Dan, it's hard to find the right box on Excel to change to make that happen.
That's fair.
The rendering targets for ambient occlusion and bloom effects have been changed to dynamic resolution based on the game's resolution.
Huh. All right.
And here's bug fixes. It is now possible to switch between recently selected display modes for screenshots, such as between full screen and windowed mode or between borderless and window mode, by pressing Alt plus Enter together, whatever. The mouse cursor is no longer displayed while using a gamepad controller. Fucking really, guys?
Come on. Jesus Christ.
The frame rate has been stabilized at 60 FPS under default settings, which reads to me, we actually made the default global illumination low.
Yeah.
And other stability-related fixes have also been implemented. I'm excited for Digital Foundry to cover this, hopefully.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They actually fix it.
This is really up their alley. They need to do it.
I'm wondering if this implies that they might be doing a next-gen version of it. Like, they actually put the effort into finally fixing this thing after what, 4 years, 5 years?
Yeah, that's true. They could be making a next-gen port. Who knows? I hope so. I also hope it runs at 120 frames per second.
That'd be nice.
Nice.
Ghostwire Tokyo has been delayed to early 2022. That makes sense because we haven't seen it 850 times like Deathloop.
I mean, we've barely seen the game.
Right.
Like, I'm going to be frank, what we've seen so far is not a very good example of what a game looks like.
Yeah.
We saw something that was obviously meant to evoke gameplay, but was clearly not actually gameplay.
Yeah, but it looked cool, so I'll at least take that.
Yeah, it looked cool.
Xbox wouldn't have showed that. They would have just shown another one of those starter trailers where it's a CG thing and not even attempting to show gameplay at all.
And here's probably the most insane story of the week. Sega is currently battling the completely psychotic Japanese talent agency that manages the main character of Judgment. Well, I'm trying to remember the fucking name of the actor's name.
Glove
I
Shido.
can't right now. I'll look it up. These people are crazy. Like there was a thread done about it where it's like, yeah, they don't like any picture of their talent being on anything related to a computer ever. Here's what magazines with the actors on the cover look like when you look them up online, and it has like a silhouette instead of the actor.
What?
Yeah, because Sega really wanted to push for a PC version of the game.
Yeah, Sega's like, we want a Steam version of this, and the psychos in charge of this talent agency are like, they'll somehow steal their image.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and apparently this is serious enough that Judgment just might be over as a spin-off after this.
Man.
Or they'll just have to refit it with, like, we're going to do a different city now with a new pro tag.
With a new protagonist who's an actor, it's someone who isn't insane.
Yeah. Where we're going to say, hi, you're going to be on a computer.
It's like, I also heard a lot of rumors that, like, Johnny's is the name of the talent agency. Johnny's might just be a giant money laundering organization that never turns a profit but somehow continues to exist.
So they're also a Silicon Valley company?
Yes.
But like it's so insane. I wish I could find a picture of the magazines for KZ to include. I'll try to do that real quick.
Okay. While he's doing that, I'm going to talk about a story briefly that I didn't write into the news document. Latest problem with Call of Duty. You know how aimbots are a problem in competitive Call of Duty?
Yeah.
It's gotten way worse. Somebody made a machine learning aimbot.
What?
You can't detect it because it's powered by machine learning.
Of course.
It's over.
Activision's fucking livid. It's pretty fucking bad. They're doing stuff. Let's see. In February of this year, they banned more than 60,000 accounts suspected of cheating in Call of Duty Warzone. And now with this, they're struggling to figure out who's using this aimbot and who's not. What was it? I think they vaguely insinuated legal action. And the guy who made it's like, I didn't make it to commit any crimes. So, that's going well for that person.
What's the point of seeking legal action, Activision? You can't undo it. You can't put it back into the void.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Anyway, I found one of the magazine covers.
Oh, cool.
What?
So if you buy the magazine, if you buy the magazine, it has the actor on it.
I thought I thought this was something you send in to have your kid put in the silhouette.
Like the Barney VHS.
But if you go to like a bookstore's website and there's like, I want to order this issue of this magazine, it will look like that.
Man, they are insane.
I saw a really good thread too that was like, hey, you know who doesn't do this? K-pop talent agencies. You know what's way more popular in America than any Japanese pop or movies or anything? K-pop. I wonder if those two things are related.
One last thing about my story that I really should have covered, but I forgot until I pulled up an article about it. Here's the fucked up thing about this machine learning aimbot, okay? Because I did not make this clear. It can run on the console versions.
What?
All you need is a capture card.
What?
Because it analyzes the video.
Oh no.
It's that bad. It's gotten that
Oh man,
bad.
I'm looking forward to every competitive FPS ever being unplayable forever now.
This is real bad.
Yes, this is terrible. This is the fucking worst. Just fucking murdered a genre.
Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell.
Yeah.
I'm just flicking the light switch up and down.
But yeah, I figured that was a thing worth noting. Because normally you're safe when you're not on PC to some extent. Not perfectly, not always, but to some extent, a console is going to be more secure. Ugh. Good luck with that shit. Anyway, let's move.
That's all my news.
Let's move on. Man, I saw Bob had some good news, but let me look at his and then look at KZ's. You know what? We'll do KZ's first. Hey, KZ.
All right, first up, Atlas launches a Persona 25th anniversary site, teasing 7 new projects. Now, for those who've never seen an anniversary announcing a bunch of things before, one of these is probably going to be a perfume. One of these will be that they're going to do an anniversary concert. They do yearly concerts anyway. One might just be an anime. However, when they list the mainline games, they had like a portrait piece of key art for all of them. So it's like Persona 1, one for each of the Persona 2 games, and all that. And they had a new slot for a mainline thing. And then when they showed the ones that included remakes, they had 2 slots. So it's very likely at this big event thing they're doing, I think it was like September, they're gonna just reveal a teaser for Persona 6 and some port or remake of one of their older games.
That's cool.
Yeah, which can take up 2 of the 7 announcements, and then 5 that are probably going to be really bad. I hope one of them could at least be a fighting game.
Yeah, I hope one of them's a neat spinoff. Doesn't necessarily have to be a fighting game. I just want it to be a neat spinoff.
Yeah.
It's really just that the remaster is a port of that PS or Persona 4 fighting game.
Sure, I'll take it if
Yeah,
sure, fucking whatever.
they need to. That does need to escape.
Yeah.
As long as it has rollback. If they don't, I'll be like, okay, goodbye.
Yeah,
I'm leaving now.
We're at that point where it's like, okay, if they announce a Persona 5 Arena now, I'm pretty sure we're safe. I'm like, Arxis learned. They know now. They know now, and we hit the rollback landing zone.
Right.
With SNK on board, the only holdout is Harada through sheer insanity.
The marketing for Persona 5 Arena is just too great.
God. Why is he like this?
Pride.
This feels like when we say shit about, like, you know, if you start writing too many lines for characters in a Mario game, Miyamoto shows up and hits you with a hammer. This feels like that,
real.
but this is a real interview with Harada.
It's like Miyamoto wanders around with a gun and it's like, okay, here's our bathroom signs. They can't have text on them. They can only have silhouettes. Miyamoto doesn't like words.
For some reason, when you say Miyamoto wandered around with a gun, I imagine his expression is like the dude from Garbage Day. So he's just like he's just dazed, wandering around with a gun, looks at the gun, smiles and chuckles and keeps walking.
Yeah, he shoots him and he just looks at no one and goes, ha 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 ha, and then keeps walking.
Yup. Somebody please draw this.
Begging.
Yes, literally begging. I need to see him with that expression on his face. Oh, God. Okay. Sorry.
The only other bit of Atlas stuff that popped up is Shin Megami Tensei 5 got a new trailer. This is like their story trailer. Showed a bunch of footage of like a bunch of different characters that are part, I guess, of your class before the usual mandated demon apocalypse happens. Showed you some of the like factions and stuff and more combat. It looks really good. It looks chunky in some parts, but I was expecting that given the platform it is on.
That's okay. We're going to go to... Oh, wait.
Oh, no.
No. So I'm like, whatever.
No.
Whatever. It
Maybe in 1 or 2 years.
Clearly runs better than Shin Megami Tensei 3 on the Switch.
What an improvement.
It's almost like Unreal is better than Unity.
What? No.
Especially a weird hacked together form of Unity that is still somehow playing the PS2 game.
It's almost like that thing you need to do to make Unity games run well of hacking the shit out of Unity and replacing inefficient parts with your own custom code was not done for their port.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, everything they showed here looks really, really dope. It's just exciting to see the variety of dungeons they got going on, because again, all the demons are in the field, traversing different environments and elevations, and cutscenes with cool direction in them.
Yeah,
So
no,
it's like-
Mega 10.5 looks incredible.
Yeah, it looks
Really good.
really good. And they've been showing off a different demon in the game every day since the Nintendo blowout. So they've been like, here's this one, here's a couple of the moves it can do, and here's it running at you in a derpy way in the field.
Awesome.
So I'm really pumped about this. It's good to see that it's we're getting to see more and more of it. I'm like, wow, this is really gonna blow the doors off. Last thing, Resident Evil Reverse, the highly anticipated multiplayer Resident Evil juggernaut, has been tragically delayed to 2022.
How do you tragically delay something nobody wants?
Right?
Just fucking cancel it.
No,
Nobody cares.
you're so toxic.
How is he toxic? Well, let's check. Phil, have you played it?
No.
Well, Bob did. Bob, would you say it's tragic that it got delayed?
No.
Do you think it's tragic that Capcom could divert their development resources towards something anyone wants?
Yeah, I don't know why this isn't just canceled. You could move whatever. Whoever's
I don't
working
think
on
they
it could work
can
on
anymore.
anything else. Anything.
Didn't you technically get it free with RE8, so they can't cancel it now? It was part of the advertising.
Yep,
That's true.
it was.
They'd have to do something like Doom Eternal and be like, take this instead. Please.
Yeah.
They can't. They only just started working on the DLC. Their roadmap it would knock it out of whack.
Instead of Reverse, we give you a Mercenaries mode that isn't fucking bad.
Yeah, that's literally all I've been thinking this whole fucking segment.
Yeah. they need to do that one of these days.
Please, for the Resident Evil 4 remake, just give it the best Mercenaries mode ever. I don't even fucking care what you charge me for that game. I'm there day one.
There's no way it isn't going to have the best Mercenaries mode in the world.
Resident Evil 6's Mercenaries mode is surprisingly fucking good.
Yeah, it's got Agent in it.
Yeah, KZ, you haven't played the Mercenaries mode in 6.
Yeah, I know, but I know it has Agent in it because I opened that menu.
Good for you.
Man.
KZ's like, well, I ate the crust off of an entire pizza. I'm going to go. And we're like, KZ, you didn't eat any of the pizza part of the pizza. And he's like, I don't need to.
Not necessary.
I'm full. That's good enough.
Well, I don't see the problem here. You say plenty of things are bad without engaging with them.
Me?
Yeah.
Like?
I'm
like, that isn't my bit. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know why I specifically said you when it's just a general thing around our show. We're like, yeah, that's bad, because we just like look at something and go, that's bad. so
yeah, that's an ability people can develop. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I don't know why
People
Dan
can
was
develop
coming
that
at me
skill.
over the Resident Evil 6 Mercenaries thing where he's
But
like,
that's
no,
the
you
good
haven't touched
part.
it.
That's the incredible part. You should go play that because it's fun and good and awesome.
Mm-hmm. Will you do it with me?
Which version are you playing on? It's PS4, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
We can hang out.
I was like, I'm not touching the PS3. No. I had to think about that.
Why would I
because
do this?
Yeah, I don't know. You just signed up for Vampire Rain. I can't predict what hill you will tumble down.
I don't know.
next.
I thought you deserved rent money.
Well, I do.
Okay, well that's where we're at.
But yeah, no, that's an incredible fucking Mercenaries mode. It's fucking unfair how bad of a game it's attached to.
It's okay. It's unfair how bad Mercenaries mode they made for Resident Evil 8.
Yes, that is also cruel, but it had to be that way because it's first person. So to some extent, it couldn't get anywhere near 5 or 6.
No, it couldn't.
It's like physically impossible. Fucking fucking law of the universe here is that a game that controls like Resident Evil 8 cannot have a Mercenaries mode as good as 5 or 6. But anyways, let's move on to Bob news.
Sure. We had a big Fullmetal Alchemist anniversary teaser.
Cool.
They announced a new mobile game.
Okay, I watched this trailer. It is evil. Where they just show stuff from the game and it goes Fullmetal Alchemist, and then the light of like Square Enix marketing appears with mobile as it appears from the ether as if to shoot you.
Yes.
I mean, Square Enix owns Fullmetal Alchemist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, because it feels like the same setup.
It's also to go along with like that book that's coming out in fall.
What's the book?
Yeah, I missed this.
There's a new light novel. It was announced a couple months ago, and it's being written by the author.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
Hopefully that's fine and not something that they shouldn't make.
We'll find out after they made it.
Yes.
I don't know if it's gonna be. I don't think it's a sequel thing. I think it's like here's some stuff Winry was doing.
Okay, that stuff usually goes a little bit better than here's a sequel thing, but
This is the sixth Full Metal Alchemist book, by the way.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's like how Bleach has like 5 books.
Yeah, but the Bleach ones are all insane, and like we got the guy who wrote Monogatari to write the Bleach book.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. Like, wow,
that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think they wrote one of them.
They can't do any worse than fucking Full Metal Alchemist 2003's movie. So write whatever you want.
I had to hit pause and be like, is he talking about the live action Netflix
one? Or yeah.
No, I was talking about Conqueror of Shambhala.
Shambhala, yeah.
Yeah, the one that is the ending of the 2003 anime, despite people trying to pretend it's not and get very mad when people say that.
Isn't
really?
that?
I didn't know people were doing that. That's
I wasn't aware
insane.
that was seen as like bad.
Isn't that the one where they go fight Nazis?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like actual real world Nazis?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I thought that was good. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I thought it was fine.
Well, here's the thing. The Full Metal Alchemist 2003 deviates from the manga because it was before the manga was done.
Yes.
So it has to be bad now that there's an anime that actually is accurate to it. You can't find joy in both.
No,
I find joy in both. I think that movie's a little fucking cracked out. I may need to see it again.
I remember it having really good animation.
Oh yeah, I mean it's still like
and I was remembering wrong. It is not the author of Monogatari that wrote the Bleach sequel novel that's insane. It is Ryogo Narita, who did Bakano and Durara.
Okay, that's a little bit less enticing to me, but oh well. Oh well.
That might be more fitting, though. I think
probably most things would be right.
Honestly, yes. Thinking about it, like yeah, that probably matches up.
Like
yeah, Nisio Isen Bleach is not something I need.
Okay. What else do you got, Bob?
Okay, this is one of my favorite announcements of the week. Gabe announced a new Touhou game they're working on.
Yeah, that's fucking dope.
That comes out next year.
For people who don't know.
I'm really excited to hear the title.
Cave makes a ton of shmups. They're legendary. Them making a Touhou game is fucking nuts.
Especially like it's been who knows how many years since they made a new game. They've been porting stuff for years. They've just been porting their old games to newer platforms.
Yeah. Yeah, no, these guys are like legendary. It's the closest thing to Treasure announced a new shmup that you can get.
Yes.
Yeah, I really enjoy all the Cave shmups I've tried. They're really good. I don't like some of the ones that have like the ancient Japan aesthetic where you're like on the ground or whatever. It's hard to describe. But I do like the Cave shooters overall. Like, what are some of the names, Bob?
We got Death Smiles.
Oh, the Xbox.
Yes, the Xbox. That's
Yes.
Death Smiles.
Dodonpachi, right?
Yes, that's another one. And Mutsime?
Mushihime? Mushihime-sama?
Mushihime-sama.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so they've done a lot of those. They're really cool. Like
Oh
Death
man,
Smile.
I was thinking about buying Mushihime on the Switch, but if I but there's now the Steam Deck, and I could have all of them because they keep
Exactly.
porting those to Steam and not anywhere else.
Yeah, honestly, most of the shit I was looking at in my library was like that tier of game where it's like, yeah, the Switch might be able to run it if they ported it well, but I guess now I don't need to give a shit.
Right.
Wait, so will the Proton compatibility layer work with games that are just DOSBox? I guess.
Like multiple things in that like promotional material was like every Steam game.
That's nuts.
Weird.
That's nuts. Oh yeah, that means that I need to stop talking about the Steam Deck, but
Yeah.
it could run Mega Man 11.
Wow.
And it could look pretty nice. Not that the Switch version looked bad, but still. Anyway. It's time.
Yes. Now the thing that made Twitter explode.
We had to space this out because we had such big news bullets so far.
Someone called this a megaton.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
Whoa.
It's going to be on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and the Switch, and it's coming this fall. Oh, he has the PC as well. They announced that right after.
Yes.
Wow.
They literally, this is Ludosity, I think that's how you say the dev's name.
Yeah, sure.
They worked on Slap City, which is a previous Smash Bros. Knockoff that's on Steam that people say is good.
Yes.
I've seen a decent amount of gameplay of that one. That's the only one that I've ever felt that I might try of all the ones that I've seen.
And they also worked on the It'll Do series, which is what I'd heard of them from, which are like Zelda knockoffs.
I've heard that name and know that it's a Zelda knockoff, but nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I like your next news bullet.
it has Powdered Toast Man.
That's the most important thing about that.
Yeah.
It really is.
I love it because people keep recirculating stuff like Powdered Toast Man Saves America. Like when the president's zipper gets stuck.
Oh God!
Yeah, like Max Civilian does a reaction video. He's like, Powdered Toast Man, let me show you some, chat, and pulls up that video.
Good.
And he's like, and he was never on Nickelodeon again.
Yes, that's why
That's incredible.
It's absolutely insane that they fucking put him in. I'm like, God bless this game. They have so much respect for me. That's I hope I'm the first human to say this. That is their Ness.
Yes. Yes. We don't know anyone else from Ren and Stimpy. We got Powdered Toast Man.
Yeah.
Do you think he has a super where his nipples get weirdly detailed?
Can we get like an Echo Fighter for him and it's just really, really big man from Rocco?
No, really, really big man needs to be his own character.
Yeah.
His final smash is he forces his nipples of the future into your eyes and gives you a horrible vision.
This is a delightful thing. It's giving me the same Smash level of excitement of who do we get? Who do we get? Can the Master Hand truly be Face from Nick Jr.?
No, Master Hand either needs to be Face or it needs to be Olmec.
No. You're both wrong. It's Stickly. He just floats around and shakes.
Stickly. P.O. Box 963.
Yeah,
New York City, New York State, 10108.
I hate.
What is this?
Stickly.
Stickly.
We're going back in BTD history. We need to reintroduce Bob to Stickly.
Yes, we do.
This is Stickly, Bob. He's right here.
Oh, okay. Let me go back to the Discord.
So I didn't post him. He's over here.
Oh.
Because obviously, everyone in our audience.
Yeah, he'll be our taboo.
I've seen him. I still don't know if I've seen any actual thing he's in or if it's ads.
See, in the summer back in the 90s, he would run Snick, which was like his which it was like it was what they did in the summer because it's like, okay, kids aren't in school, so we end Nick Jr. a little bit early and we have this now.
And now Snick is the night thing that has like all that and stuff.
Oh, right, it's a night thing. He just ran Nick in the afternoon.
Yeah, this is first appeared in 1994.
Yep.
And 1994 to 1998.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I vaguely remember him. He was dope as hell. So there's so many great possibilities here of characters they can put in.
The Kappa Mikey.
Yeah.
I want Guano to literally just be Pikachu's moveset.
Oh, yeah. If they did Guano and then just made it Pikachu's moveset, that'd be the funniest shit in the world. Guano is also a Kappa Mikey character.
Of course.
People are looking at the silhouettes that are on like the cover and going, okay, it looks like both avatars are in. Ren and Stimpy may in fact be in.
Cool.
People are like, what if that's just the ice climbers?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's what I immediately thought. I was like, have them as ice climbers. It's perfect.
They're just doing wobbles.
I am putting Tommy Pickles' mains in the ground.
Yeah, I already see the people that are making like those form signatures of their mains. Of, Soul Bad Guy, SpongeBob.
Yep.
I have to wonder, because they put in Reptar, I'm like, that's the one that would actually fight from a Rugrats series. I wonder if could be consistent with that and not put any other Rugrats in.
Yeah, I have to wonder. I have to wonder if they're going to stick in other Rugrats.
I want Stu Pickles, but
Yeah, damn it! I was like, Stu Pickles.
yeah, he's got to
He
make pudding.
makes you into the pudding.
His final smash is he makes the pudding.
Yes.
His wife walks into the arena. She's like, Stu.
They just
You should have Tommy and Chucky should be fighters, but it should be them in the adult mode from that one
Yes.
episode.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, if we get a main Rugrat to do it, they should have the big body adult mode.
God.
And they have the extendo punches. They have really good zoning.
Yes. Yeah, this game actually brought out more joy in me than any other Smash knockoff ever fucking announced. Because every time I look at those, I'm like, that looks kind of rough. I'm not sure I'll enjoy it. Now, I've tried a couple and I didn't enjoy them. So the thought of, here's this complete, they put fucking Powder Toast Man in it.
Oh man, people are also like really digging into the silhouettes and are like cat dog.
Good.
Oh yeah, we get to have Cat from Cat Dog.
Oh no, not cat dog. The cat dog could be left in the past.
No, absolutely
Sorry.
not.
Sorry, man.
I'm excited that they're putting Ninja Turtles in. I'm
Yeah.
assuming they'll put all 4, but we've only got 2 announced.
Somebody
so far.
was like, how do palace swaps work for them? You changed the bandana and now they're just using the wrong weapon.
they changed the color of the skin.
The shit Nintendo has is wacky. There could be Power Rangers in this game.
Yeah, I was going to say Nintendo has, Nickelodeon.
Yes.
You threw me off.
Both inward.
No,
Both.
I feel
There's
like-
no other N-word to exist. It's Nickelodeon and Nintendo.
God, I wish. But yeah, Nickelodeon has access to a shitload of IPs that are real fucking cool. For fuck's sake, Zim is in. They have some really good picks already. So I'm really hopeful I'm more hopeful for the rest of this cast than I am the last Smash Fighter.
Yeah, it seems like it's made by people who care.
They put in Powder Toast.
Right.
Yes.
You have to have deep and powerful opinions to put in Powdered Toast Man.
Yes.
You'd think it's like, it's going to be a bunch of bad shit from the last 5 years, and then they're like, Reptar, Helga from Hey Arnold.
Yes.
They know if they're going to be doing this that
They have to do it right. It can't.
So here's my gamer premonition for what Helga's victory animation will be.
Okay.
She's like doing some kind of cool I won the fight pose. Then you'll hear heavy breathing, and the guy that's always behind her will be there, and she'll punch him in the face with the backhand like she always does.
Yeah, that seems incredibly likely.
Now,
You better put Rocco in this, you bastard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please make
Because he could have all the crazy electronics of the 90s, the appliances of the 90s as attacks. He could have the vacuum that's going out of control, the washing machine that doesn't work right.
Jesus.
I really need. Yeah, they have all real monsters in because they have Oblina as the rep.
Yeah, which is nuts. I did
Yeah,
not
I
expect
was-
Real Monsters
Yeah,
to
I
show
know.
up here. That floored my ass.
I looked
I'm
at her
really
as like,
not
that looks like
happy
an
about
Unreal
that.
Monsters character, but I can't place them.
She's the
looks
third main
horrible.
character. She's the stick monster Oblina. So they had stinky armpit guy who holds his eyes.
Yes.
And then red main character dude who I can't
Yeah.
crab. I don't know. how to
That's
describe him.
Crumb and
Ickis.
Ickis.
Okay.
Yes. So she was the third main
one.
character. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, personally, I would have gone for their boss, the Gromble, the man who wears
That's
the
their
lady
teacher, and
shoes.
fuck you. I hate the Grumble so much.
There's so much to hate in Real Monsters.
Yeah, everything.
Everything.
I remember liking that show as a
Remember-
kid. I wonder if going back it'd be painful.
Oh, it probably would be. I should buy it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, you can watch the episode where they have like the surfing race because it's the Super Bowl and everybody pisses at the same time and it makes a tidal wave in the sewers they can ride.
I remember that. Jesus.
Thank you, Class Pikachu.
So I think I put that out of my brain, and I'm gonna try to keep it out
I
again.
don't know how you retained it, Phil.
Well, he started talking about it. I'm like, oh god, that did happen.
That's the only episode I can remember.
Whoa!
Honestly,
Come on!
I'm going to be honest. I can't remember a salient plot to a single fucking episode of this show. All I remember is body horror.
All I remember is the SNES game that's really bad.
Yeah, of course it is. Of
Like-
course it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, it's real bad.
I was going to say
So,
real quick, they didn't announce anyone from Rocket Power, right? So we can hope.
Yeah, it needs to
that-
be Uncle Tito.
Exactly. That's what I was
does.
going to say.
As the
That
ancient
or-
Hawaiians used to say, time to kick ass.
Yes. Or Raymundo, who's just Monsoon for Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah.
I wish that the Cartoon Network one of these that happened had this level of like, we got a real dev behind it. It's exciting because I think Cartoon Network also has a great set of characters.
Yeah, it was like, wasn't it like a Wii game?
I think so.
It was a long time ago, so it's not surprising. It was just like, okay. So.
The fact that they went, let's find out what one of the more popular Smash indie clones is and contract them to make our Smash game is pretty smart.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they went to Nick, because they made a somewhat successful Smash clone, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the next thing you do with that is, hey, we literally make this game. We can make that for you. Because, man, fucking... Once again, they have deep opinions if they got Powdered Toast Man into this game.
Oh, man, there's a non-zero chance Snap from Chalk Zone will be playable in this.
I need some Chalk Zone representation.
Okay, I'm looking at some of the characters from their previous game.
Uh-huh.
And some of them are killing me. I can... Wow. We've got Ultra Fish Bunjin 3000. Business casual man.
Yeah, I would imagine the person who made that fish is voting for Powdered Toast Man to come back.
Yes.
Man, I've never seen Chalk Zone at all. This is bizarre.
I can't remember a single episode of Chalk Zone. I can just remember him going, Rudy, you gotta draw something.
Do you think there'll be an Eat Your Shorts reference in this game?
Salute your shorts.
Yeah, I was like,
Sorry.
Eat Your Shorts is it's a different thing.
Probably.
Bob's like,
maybe like a trophy name.
Bob's like, I'm hoping for the Hey Dude reference.
God, I forgot. Hey, dude.
Oh, they should have done like Smash style intros, so we just have Clarissa is gonna explain it all.
I don't need CGI Clarissa. That's gonna kill me. And did we mention the rollback netcode yet?
I don't think we did.
Okay.
No,
But yeah, it's our rollback netcode.
That's why we're continuing to talk about it.
So fucking good. I'm so excited for this.
Yeah,
did they say when it's coming out? I know it's this year.
Yeah.
It said fall. That's all.
Okay.
They didn't put
this
it more
is,
specific
This is
time.
hype. Did they say specifically PS5?
Yes. Yes, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get this on PS5. It's gonna look sharp as shit. I love it because even when you kill something, it has the same like Smash kill beam.
It does.
Yes. My God.
Even
There won't be a dumb mechanic around, I don't know, charging a meter to let you instant kill guys.
Yeah, so about how they probably had PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale to point at, to be like, this is why you can't do IPs from only recently. No one will care.
Yes.
Because they had so many picks for that were really bad, where it's like the wrong version of Dante, not Solid Snake, Raiden.
Raiden before his based game came out.
But still MGS4 Raiden, because so sort of that.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to be the MGS4 / Revengeance him, like somewhere in between, since the game wasn't done yet. Yeah. Anyway, we should move on.
Yeah.
We could literally keep talking about this forever.
XJ9 better be in.
Yes.
All these things I just don't know.
That's My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Yeah, that's my
that
character
thing.
from
Yeah.
My Life as a
Sorry,
Teenage Robot.
people are weird about that character. Not allowed.
I'm sorry. That
People
means
are weird
she's
about
even
a
more
lot-
likely.
Nope, no one's weird about any
game
of these
canceled.
Nicktoons, and I don't want to know.
Game canceled because you're not allowed to be weird about anything.
I think they look cool, so I want to fuck them.
God damn it, Bob! What's the next news? Save us.
So Fuga, Melodies of Steel. This is that CyberConnect 2 game with their furry characters that they talked about years ago.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I think we mentioned this on Big Thing to Mention
We
when they
did.
first announced the release
Yes.
date a couple weeks ago.
But yeah, it's coming out July. You put up a Steam page and everything. It's coming to everything.
Yep.
It's actually a real game that's releasing.
Whoa.
Yep.
It doesn't sound like something I'd ever want to play, but that's what they're doing. It's happening.
Phil, are you checking this game out? I'm hoping someone on staff does.
Probably. Like, I don't know anything
that's
about
2
it,
weeks
but I'll
from
at least
now.
take a look at it.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, you can watch the Steam trailer. Does a pretty good job of telling you what's going on. You play as this group of children trying to save their parents, and they live in this giant tank. And so like their daily lives and then battles. And then it seems like once in a while during the story, you have to choose which kid to put in the soul-sucking box to shoot the cannon. So then that kid's dead forever.
I don't think you have to shoot the soul-sucking cannon. It's like a desperation move. At least that's how they always mentioned it in promotional materials.
Yeah, I don't know. This latest trailer made it feel like it's almost certainly going to happen. So who knows? Maybe you can game it and be like, I'm the pro XCOM player.
I mean, it's also entirely possible that the game changed entirely between the initial discussion of it and then it actually coming out.
But yeah, hopefully that's neat.
Okay.
I'm glad that it's finally coming out so we can just move past it.
I'm glad it's finally coming out because trying to remember a game that for a very long time that just keeps coming up to go, we're working on it, kind of is aggravating. So I'm glad it's coming out. I'm glad it's real.
Yeah, they announced this with like 2 other things, right? They like announced multiple games that were like linked through themes or something.
I think they announced multiple games in like this sub-series.
Yeah,
at the same time.
That were gonna like look different, but we're following some sort of theme.
Yeah, because I don't think they have any other furry games scheduled,
like
but they were like 3 other games in that announcement set of like their new talent working on stuff or something to that effect.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them have been announced yet, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, you could play Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut on the Steam Deck.
Great.
Anyway, I think that's it for news. Me and Bob, we're going to do our usual routine of, hey, Bob, you know what else we played that we skipped in that opening segment?
Yes.
We played Biomutant, and I'm gonna get really real with you, audience, and I'm going to just be very direct. I was sincerely hopeful that most people who played that game just missed some of the joy of that game, and they wanted it to be more like other games. I was still optimistic going into giving that game a chance live, and that stream will be over on YouTube soon.
Unfortunate.
That's an understatement. That game.
Now, I was in bed across the hall, of course, and I could vaguely hear you occasionally as I was going to sleep. And I heard you laugh and say they accidentally made every 7th gen game.
It's so the beginning of the game is like create your character, and we're like, the lighting in this area seems a little weird, but okay, we're gonna fine tune the color of this character and then make the character and run around with it. And I shit you not, within 20 minutes they completely fucked up the color of our character and it looked wrong. For people who don't know Biomutant, the whole appeal of the game is it's like you make a furry OC, you do an open world adventure game about it's the story of the Lorax, and because this thing is literally like beating you over the head with environmentalism the way really old animations used to be, which I'm okay with if there's more to it than that, but that's really all it ever did. So for an hour of cutscenes or something, it's just nonstop. And then those people left the planet because they ruined the planet with their pollution, and now the planet's polluted, and now it's post-APOC. And I'm like,
who are those people? Pollution Corp or
pollution? Yeah, it was Toxic Con or Toxic Core.
What do they make? Pollution.
Yeah, it was that tier.
What do they do? Shit.
It was real bad, and we could deal with the plot being bad if the gameplay was bad, but the action combat is really rough. Really disappointingly rough, but I once again, you can watch that video. You can see where Bob's just like, why would I want to play a game where the combat feels bad? And I'm still holding out hope. For multiple hours of this video. I'm like, there's got to be something.
Like when I lost complete hope, because it was like the combat feels really bad, but maybe this is an open world game like they said. It isn't.
It's insanely railroaded to the point of they keep like it's an open world game. And it's like, okay, the beginning's completely one railroad of content, one hallway of content. And then it opens up and it goes, okay, do you want to go to the left town or the right town? By the way, the left town is into eugenics and the right town is into only using as much force as necessary to unite everyone so you can save the world. I'm like, wow, this seems pretty diametric here, huh? I'm going to go to the not eugenics place. And they're like, okay, hey, welcome in. Great. Glad to have you. I knew your mom. Your mom died tragically. Apparently, yeah, it's real sad. It's real sad. You'll get to see that cutscene in flashback sequence in excruciating detail later, and it will be jarring and not really add up. And anyways, so as a first order of you being a part of our group is we're going to go kill the eugenicists. And I'm like, oh, we're just going to slaughter them. And they're like, only some of them. Just try to get to the main leader as peacefully as possible. And I'm like, okay, but then that doesn't present itself in gameplay at all. Like, you noticed that, right, Bob? Where it's just like, you're going to try to make it through there without harming that many people so that way you can take down the leader. And it's like, everyone who spawns is an enemy.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a ghost town outside of the enemies. The part where we killed the leader and now it spawned townspeople was bizarre. There's so many parts of this game that are just really, really jank and really... Okay, so here's another layer of this game, okay? They have ideas for moves that make no sense in any combat game ever. Like, Bob, correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, go for it.
Wasn't one of the first cool combo type moves we could buy? You know, like in Devil May Cry, you would have a move that throws out your sword and hits while you do other things.
Mm-hmm.
This one was, you need to shoot your gun first, so you're ranged. Then do a dash into them or try. No, wait, it was, oh my God, it's even worse. You shoot them with your gun, then you throw out your hat, and it has to go all the way out, or you throw out your sword, and then it goes all the way out, it hits them a bit, comes back to you, and when you grab it on its way back, you spin at them. It's like, what sort of spacing is this move supposed to solve?
It's just another move.
They thought these animations looked good, and then they chained them all together, and it doesn't make sense as a fucking move. There's so many moves like this in this game, and the upgrade tree doesn't feel good at all. So it's like the story is terrible, and then the open world is this horrible railroading, and then there is no music. At some point, we turned it off and started playing Turrican because the music was that droning and annoying. It was sad.
It's a shame.
It was a huge shame. I was really optimistic for this game for years now. And I was still optimistic despite the Star Wars trailer, which was the first time I got really worried. Because for people who don't know, they put out a trailer on May the 4th where they tried to make their game look reminiscent of Star Wars.
Yeah.
A New Hope. And that was a red flag, certainly, because I'm like, dude, your game's launching soon. What are you doing trying to make your game look like Star Wars and not explaining what your game is?
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Wasn't it literally the Biomutant May 4th trailer?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it was nuts. And
wow, that's really, really dire.
Yeah, May the 1st.
Yeah, May the 1st.
It's a holiday everybody acknowledges, like in World of Warcraft, where they give all the guards lightsabers that day.
Yeah, it's
yeah, they do that.
The character customization is also, like you mentioned, the colors being wrong, but also is terrible in every other way.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about it. So you guys know what a color wheel looks like, right?
Yes.
So imagine instead of a color wheel, this circle that you would select colors from, imagine that was drastically different face shapes that you moved a circle along like a Ouija board, and your face mutated in the most horrifying way as you did it, and you had no actual customizability. There's no adjust cheeks, adjust chin, adjust brow. They would just randomly ripple in and out like a bad 90s movie CGI effect of a person exploding in cyberspace.
Also doing that, adjusting the shape of your character, adjust your stats. So if you want to play a character that plays like this, you have to make him look like this.
I think like the circle things is something that Saints Row 2 did.
I have no doubt in my mind it did it better. This was terrible. Because once again, it's not a circle, it's not a square, right? A square you can align axes on and sort of ground people and what each end is going to be. It's a hexagon with 6 points, and each point does a radically different thing to your character, many of which can be neighboring but directly conflict with each other. So, like, you'll just move it slightly along the outer edge of the fucking circle, and it'll drastically undo everything that it being on the right half or the lower right half of the circle did to it. It is fucking terrible. And I'm really disappointed. I was really fucking optimistic for Biomutant, and eventually we just gave up because it was depressing.
Yeah. I feel like the character was the thing I had the most hope for in that game, and it right out of the gate just failed.
I was just hoping that the open world was a lot closer to what they described years ago.
Yeah.
Where it was less railroaded, it was a lot more exploring in systems and things. You know?
Right, yeah. There was no moment in this where it felt like it was truly open. You could just go explore and find stuff. It was literally, you want to go left, you want to go right.
Yeah,
like several times in a row.
It felt like the worst of Fable 1's quote open world.
Yeah.
Which forced path do you want to go down, left or right? Like that's how it felt the whole time. And yeah, it was every proper noun in the game was driving our chat insane.
Oh yeah, and the whole thing's narrated.
The whole thing's narrated and it will not stop. Nothing can make it ever fucking stop talking. We turned off the narrator and he still kept narrating.
Yeah, that was rough.
And then someone in chat went, "Hey, yeah, that turn off the narrator feature was added on launch day." That was a day one patch or a patch that came out slightly after launch, and I'm like, well, clearly they didn't nail it. He's still here, and it's aggravating because if you turn off the narrator, the text at the bottom, the subtitles, like imagine you're deaf, don't make any sense. Also, the lines for the narrator don't even have a consistent tone or tense or anything. Because sometimes it will just ignore saying someone's name. So, like, you're talking to a character, and instead of his name, which is Bimblehooten or whatever, Bumberhooten.
Yeah, Bumberhooten.
Instead of saying his name, which is something along the lines of that, they'll just say they, or they'll say nothing. And it's like, sentences don't work like this. You need to say yeah, it was terrible. It was a terrible disappointment. Oh boy.
It also had dialogue that wasn't properly put in the text box at all. Like it literally just started showing scripting.
Oh yeah. Yeah. One time code pops up in the subtitle for what a character said. And the narrator just went silent. So it popped up player decision for comma blank end bracket, opening bracket, left choice, blah, 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 end bracket. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And that didn't take long for us to get to. That was in the first 50 minutes. This is fucking bad. Anyway. That was Biomutant. It was real fucking bummer. Real fucking bummer. God damn it.
Code provided by publisher.
Oh yeah, game provided by THQ Nordic. Sorry your game isn't good. I was very excited for it.
They're like, don't worry, we know.
Yeah, I'm sure by now they're very aware. I really like a lot of the things THQ Nordic was doing, and I was hoping this was going to be like my favorite thing they were doing, making new IPs, and it is my least favorite thing they're doing.
Actually, it's funny because the Biomutant social media was like, we're doing what we can to update, and then THQ Nordic was being catty about low reviews, calling them stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Anyway. Hey, Bob.
Hey.
Spaceman Spiff's going down.
Cool.
We're going to be hanging out with him over the next week, streaming occasionally, I guess. Hey, KZ, what are you doing?
I'm gonna stream video games.
Cool.
That's about it. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'll try and figure some stuff out as things settle a little bit. Yeah. I don't have anything specifically nailed down. I do need to watch more Harry Potter with you.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'll run over into the living room so we can get ready.
Dude, this fucking Spiff comes down and we're watching Harry Potter. And he's like, man, this is the worst time you fed me that treat that literally tasted like dog food.
Yeah.
Hey, looks like you have an excuse for another Fazoli's visit.
No! Yes!
No, not a chance.
I'll treat.
No. Okay. That's not a treat. If you're buying Fazoli's, that's not a treat.
I'll treat.
Hey, Phil, what do you got going on in the next week?
No, I don't know. I'll stream at some point. I've had to get up at like 5 a.m. for the past week and a half.
Dude, I fucking know that feeling. I slept 50 minutes yesterday, and it took me until about 8 p.m. to get back to sleep, and I slept for 2 hours because I had more shit to do.
Yeah.
It's been a nightmare week. Anyways, I'm sorry to hear that.
Meow.
Enjoy streaming.
I had to mow that giant lawn again.
Oh no!
You had to mow that fucker again?
What, did it grow back?
It didn't get as high as before, but I had to do it again to prevent it from getting that high again.
Jesus Christ! So you should just get a flamethrower.
I can't. I'm trying to sell that house.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. Anyway, yeah, we all stream video games as it turns out. Follow us on Twitch. Bye.
Why?
Thank you for listening to this episode of Big Think Dimension. If you would like to support us, head on over to www.patreon.com/gbpodcast, where you can get extra podcasts and early access to our anime podcast, Chugging Bleach and Mondo Cool. Head on over there and become a $5 backer or podlord today.